Welcome back to another Spyro Reignited speedrun race. It is once again 40-orb randomizer. We got the champion Groxu defending against one of the most prolific runners in all of Spyro Reignited in Dr. House. We're very excited for this one. I once again have T-Bone and Randy with me. Guys, how we doing?
Oh, I'm excited for this big heavyweight fight.
Yeah, it should be pretty awesome to see, just as their times are literally like 10 seconds apart on the actual 40-orb race, or 40-orb leaderboard. It'll just be fun to see them do things. I know House, to set up a little narrative, I know House is a little scared, because he's DM'd me and was like, if I forget an orb, please DM me.
Exploding the DM.
So, well,
House is here listening to us right now. Groxu is also... House doesn't talk. He's it's a thing. So he's just listening. Groxu is here though. Groxu, the champion. How you feeling about defending your crown?
Good. Yeah. I mean, I don't really like. I don't really put like very heavy weight into this, like defending this title. I just
I did.
consider this as a pure like fun experience and stuff. So
I mean, this is your Groxu. This is your legacy. This title.
I have one record in 40 orb still, so
No,
I'm fine.
this is your real legacy, and
I mean, so far.
we'll go ahead and we will drop in the first run for you guys. And I think this is the right one.
Yeah, so what we're going to do right now is we're going to privately drop the first run for Groxu and House. They have not seen this yet. Only CDL and I have, and I think Randy has too.
Yeah, Randy has also seen it.
So the three of us have seen it. The runners have not. They're going to see it shortly. We do have a chat command. You do !orb list in the chat. Nightbot will give you the list of the orbs that they're going to be doing race 1.
Right.
And
So
I think Logic will be able to display it on screen very soon.
yeah, there we go. We got it on the screen now. So yeah, what do we got? We got Bud's Puzzle in Summer Forest. We got Hockey 1 and Hockey 2, Cowlick 1, Cowlick 2. This is only
We have two cleanups again.
Yep, lots of backtracking in this one. You're gonna have to go back to Shady Oasis and Fracture Hills.
2 backtracks.
Yeah.
Actually, 3 backtracks because they got to go atop the ladder in Summer Forest too.
Oh man, yeah.
Now it's a normal backtrack, of course, but it's still a backtrack they have to.
So I think you can hear Groxu is not exactly thrilled.
Yeah, I guess.
Well, when there's 64 orbs and you're gonna pull 40 of them, chances are.
We have pencil. Just die. I'll just die.
You have pencils. You do have the spark plug thieves. I don't know how you
what do we do?
Just do best of one, because this is going to take like 3 hours or something.
Well, we are doing 2 runs again with combined loadless time across the 2 runs, determining the winner. Groxu, House, if you guys want to drop, and if you would drop out of the chat here, and we'll let you guys prepare for a couple minutes, and then we'll just we'll get this thing underway.
All right. Good luck to both of you.
Thank you.
Now we're gonna trash talk and hype up as people still join us in chat.
Exactly.
In the meantime.
Good luck, House.
All right. So, I don't think it's all. House also said when I was talking about doing 2, House typed to us, I said, "Well, I could do 3."
Oh, House is ready for 3. Woo!
House wanted. I mean, so we did this race like 3 weeks ago. We did Groxu and Green Soul. And we kind of, at the end, I kind of threw this out as an idea of let's put together Groxu and House, and Groxu was up for it. And we then hosted House, and I went to his chat and was like, hey, Groxu just won the 40-orb randomizer. He wants to challenge you next. And House was like, yeah, just let me finish this run, then I'll be there. I know.
He was just ready to go all the time.
Right then and there.
Groxu was like, no, man, I don't have time for this. But yeah, House is always ready to go to stream. He's just a madman.
I mean,
and we can
to also say like how much of a madman House is. Again, he has a redeem run channel point on his Twitch for like 1,250 points, and like 4 people redeemed 117s, and he did like 2 or 3 117s when he was already like 6 hours into his stream.
Yeah, he's just a mad lad.
He's built different. He is absolutely built different. We were talking about this beforehand. I think House is probably the most prolific SRT runner in terms of records held. Obviously, a lot of these categories are miscellaneous categories, and there's even a couple of categories he's the only person that's ever run them. But he has 17 first places on the leaderboards, which is insane to have.
It's not nothing.
It's insane to have it in any game.
I think it really speaks to like playing and grinding a game very consistently, because House wasn't good. Like probably like when I started like about a year ago, like about 13-14 months ago, House was like kind of like he was, decent level, like he had maybe like some miscellaneous world records, but he wasn't like anywhere near any of the like actual like top level times. And then over the past year, he's like just refined his skills so much that he's now probably like, if not the best, at least one of the best.
He's on our pantheon. Here's something else I want to throw out to you. So in all of the Spyro categories, his lowest place is 10th.
That's actually fake too.
Yeah. And that's like
that's 120, right?
That's 120, yeah. That's his lowest place.
He
can do better
in that, because he had a higher time. Yeah, he had a 117.
Yeah. But I mean, just so it's like 20 or 30 categories, and ton of first places, tons of second places. Even for most of us, we all have a category where we're pretty low, just because we don't play it as much. But for House, there's no such thing. It's all the categories are pretty high for his finishes.
Yeah. There's very few categories across the trilogy that he hasn't ever turned his hand to.
Yep.
All right. Well, I think we're about ready to kick this off, so I'm going to give these guys the countdown, and we're going to go whenever they're ready. Obviously, if they start at different times, it doesn't really matter because it's loadless. House is off.
House is off and running.
Groxu running. There it is.
Groxu's off and running. There we go.
Groxu getting the horrible 0.15 start.
Yeah.
We had this conversation last time. I don't understand this. It's so random. The House got 0.04.
Yeah.
It's a whole 0.11 of a second.
Normally you get 0.04. I think it has something to do with how long you press the X button for.
Possible.
But I've never actually tested that.
We are going to see them both collect all 3 orbs in this level. So I'd imagine their routes are going to be close to 100% route. They won't get every gem, but we'll see them get a lot of gems. I'll be interested to see if they pay for the bridge or if they just go for it. And House is gone.
Definitely not paying for the bridge. Groxu, again, this is the thing about Groxu. We talked about this last time. He's going for a crazy strat up this pillar here.
Yeah. Okay.
You can get up on top with the 90 minutes up onto top this bridge and then just jump over.
Yeah. So Groxu is spending some time here just to do that. Wow. Okay.
I mean we talked about this a little bit last time. That if you correct me if I'm wrong, guys, if you leave the game on for 90 minutes in Spyro 2, he jumps higher.
Yeah,
it works for all 3 games, I believe. Nobody's really tested it for other games because every other game, every jump that we know of or like want to do is like easily possible. Mm-hmm. But it's something. It's not exactly 90 minutes. Like it's slightly less. It's like about 75. But it just kind of happened to be that we tested it at 90 minutes. Yeah. Nobody knows if it's not necessarily that you jump higher, but whatever jumps you can do become slightly more viable. So whether it's your hover height or like how far your jump goes like horizontally, we're not entirely sure, but something happens to make a lot of jumps a lot more viable, which is why you see Groxu go for that thing to get to skip the bridge instead of what you normally do.
Yeah. So very interesting that Groxu spent some time trying to skip the bridge, but then he's ahead on... Oh, because he didn't do the orb yet. That's right. Never mind. So we're still early in the race. I think it's time to say for the three of us who's winning this race.
Well, I was just going to say to finish the 90-minute conversation. So
sorry.
Last time they could have done it. We didn't really talk about it. Groxu tried to do it, but then his game crashed just before we went live, so he only had it for the second run. Whereas there's now been a change to the rules of the leaderboards. If people aren't aware, you are now allowed to use console injector to kind of fake that 90 minutes.
Only for any.
Only for 2 any %.
Yes.
Not for any % NLS. So they couldn't use this if this was like the real runs for any NLS. They wouldn't use it.
Yeah. But we allowed them to do it for the purposes of this race. We let them do it. We understand that Groxu did it, whereas House did it the OG way. So he did get himself a style point before we even went live. We're keeping track of those as per usual. But yeah, T-Bone, you want us to throw out some predictions?
I do. It was interesting, though. You saw Groxu took a different strategy on the lamps. He actually lit 2 of the lamps without using the flight power-up. And it did save him, I think, a little bit of time, perhaps? Just because of the way he did it.
I do know that Groxu has been learning the 100% route. I think he's learned it fully by now, and then he was gonna start doing runs tomorrow.
You can see he's doing a lot of like gem collecting.
He found a different glimmer route that saved like maybe 2 or 3 seconds, which isn't entirely what he was doing. Oh, also you saw House there. I saw it out of the corner of my eye, but he actually skipped the bridge doing the any % way. The new any % way, which was found also by Groxu, because Groxu finds everything.
Groxu just took 4 attempts to hit that last lizard, though.
We'll see if Groxu gets this here. I think he's going to go for it as well. Oh, no, he's doing torch jump. Fair enough. So this is kind of normally how you would do it for any %, would be you get on the left or right torch. House normally would go to the right torch, and I believe Groxu would as well. Or Groxu goes to the left torch, but Groxu found the other day a way with the 90-minute jump to just completely... You just can make the jump. You don't need to go onto the torch. So we saw House do it, but not Groxu.
So if we're picking here, I'm just picking the champ. I'm going with Groxu. I think he showed against Green Soul in the first race that he just was so in control of this game. He knows this game better than just about anyone, and I think he's only got better in the weeks since we did that first race.
All right, Randy?
I think I'm gonna pick House, mainly because I think Groxu is a bit of a flashy player, especially in these races. Like, he's obviously very optimal when he comes to his own like attempts, but when he's racing someone, he wants to. His winning is showing all the really, really cool strats that we don't ever do. So I think House, just because House is going to play probably pretty conservatively and just, get done point A to point B.
Yeah, I'm actually going to pick House for the same reason. I think Groxu's going to waste time showing off like he did in Glimmer. So he's already 20 seconds behind just because he wasted time showing off, which I'm happy he wants to show off, and we'll definitely give him all the solid points today. But I think that might be his undoing in terms of the race. We'll see what happens. If he's like really behind in race 1, he might settle in race 2 and do it seriously, or he might still do his thing. Who knows?
I think that's definitely a thing, right? Is if House wins race 1 pretty comfortably, Groxu might not show off in race 2.
Yeah, possibly.
Because I do know, despite what Groxu says, he wants to win. He just wants to have fun while he does it.
Yeah. And that's truly what we're here for. Like, obviously, funny competition, but like, we're here just chill with the homies, show off our fantastic game that we all love and run, and it's perfect.
For some hockey, and House is not having a good hockey. It's only 3 goals, 30 seconds in. Normally in Hockey 1, you want to be done by about 35 seconds. I think.
Yeah. So
I think the one got sent down to the other end, rather.
So, it's about reading the puck right, and it looks like Groxu's having a lot better time reading the puck.
Yeah, there we go. So House on the final one there, get what he was looking for, I guess what you'd call the quick shot in the OG, but it's a little bit different in SRT.
Yeah, the pucks can bounce in about, 30 different ways. And, over time, if you play hockey, you kind of get better at reading it. Like, I feel like I'm very good now as a runner at reading hockey. Sometimes pucks are dropped, like you can see Groxu's puck just kind of did the slow way. There's nothing you can do about it. So we'll see. It took House a little over 40 seconds. Groxu can get some time back simply by making good reads, but he missed.
The thing with hockey and having both these orbs is like Having Hockey 1 sucks, but Hockey 2 is very consistent because the puck pretty much always goes to a good spot. Like, there's a bit of a faster drop that you can get, and then there's, like, the normal
you just
drop.
saw House actually get it, and then there's a slow drop, which is House just got. However, you have... I think House uses the keyboard mouse, right? Sometimes.
No, I think for Hockey 2, you just press down left on the D-pad, and you get it, like, every time.
Well, there's that one bad bounce where you need a quick turnaround to get it, or you're going to miss it. All right,
we're also seeing House...
Try a wall glide to get past this.
Yeah, you can get up to that area, which I think is what he was trying to do, because I don't think he was trying to skip killing the spirits. I also think Groxu is going to go for this wall glide, because Groxu has like 2 enemies killed right now.
Yeah. So, both of them were trying something a little bit different. Didn't work out.
Yeah, it was good to see, though. This is something that we're going to see is House tried that strategy a couple of times, but then was like, no, I can't lose more time trying this over and over, so just gave up on it and went for the...
And we'll probably see Groxu try it until he gets it.
Oh, right. No, we're seeing Groxu do this strat.
Oh.
This is... He's gonna get to the top of this mountain and then jump over to the professor.
There he goes.
Abusing the wall glide physics.
So, like, these are the kind of strats that, like, Groxu can find also, where it's just, like, this isn't ever, like, really optimal, but, like, it's really, really cool. So, yeah, you can see now he's at the top. Oh, no, that's so sad.
Still be able to get over there, he's just gonna have to...
He's gonna go for it again.
Oh, he's going for it again. So this is what we were talking about, like, he's gonna try to do the strats, maybe more than he should, and he's gonna lose time to House because House is just gonna try to ruin the race.
Yeah, this is a bit of arrogance from Groxu in terms of winning this race, and
we'll see. He
regret it.
All right, he's going to get across the mountain. So we'll see how this goes for Groxu going forward.
The thing though is I know, like, he could make up like a lot of this time with like a really good gulp, for example. Like, I know Groxu is slightly better at like getting like doing good gulps or like getting double hits on Crutch. Like, they're both pretty consistent at them, but you know, maybe somebody misses both of them and there's 20 seconds Groxu gets back, because Groxu normally gets at least 1.
What is Groxu doing right now? I don't know why he went to the temple.
Yeah, I think he's a little turned around.
He went to kill the statue, but then I think he...
Yeah, I guess he just forgot where he is. So that's an interesting mental mistake that Groxu made.
Yeah, you mentioned gulp, Randy. I think Groxu's run 1 gulp in the last race was about as good a gulp as you're ever going to see in any run, let alone
I see, because he didn't activate the jump thing, he had to go through the temple to get back to the top, because the way he decided to go get the professor. So, it's going to unfortunately cost him. And we're seeing Foreman Bud making an appearance on House's stream.
Right, we're going to have to see House hopefully remember that he needs to get the talisman first. Because if he doesn't,
he's gonna have
then he gets teleported back.
We'll see. There's definitely a risk with these orbs that there's not normally done in the NLS route, that if you make a mistake, you know, it's going to cost you some time. So that's a mistake that both runners could potentially make, where they collect Bud's orb before they collect the talisman. Or the Hula Girls, because I think they're doing the Hula Girls, aren't they? In this one?
Yes.
Yes. So they're doing the Hula Girl rescue as well, but, you know.
House getting pretty good fish. I don't think he's gotten a red yet.
He had 2 reds early on.
Oh, did they? Really? They must have been like at the start.
Yeah, they were like literally the second and third fish were both the red, and then he got the rest were good. So, see what House does here. Interesting that House is not really killing any fodder. I guess maybe he'll count them later for Crush, or if he's going to use a different strategy.
We're also seeing, I believe, House go for this strat where he runs along this wall to actually trigger the next guy in the room early, so then the guy that breaks the wall or breaks the lock he gets there faster.
Oh, interesting.
So that saves around like 4 seconds. Compared. Oh, we're also. Oh,
we're gonna see how it's. Oh,
I don't know. He needs to kill one of these guys.
Glad he remembered he needed to kill one of them.
This jump I find House is doing with a charge jump, but I find it easier to do with a boosted jump, which is like you charge and then you like carry your momentum, but you get like a full hop. But I guess House finds it a bit easier to maybe do it just with a charge jump.
All right, House has got it. So he almost forgot to collect the Tasman. He can come back. We'll probably see Groxu do something similar. I feel like that's his style.
He'll probably go for it. We're also. I hope we see them try to maybe carry the supercharge up the stairs, because if you, it's a weird jump, but you can carry it up a little bit. Just to be kind of cool.
We'll see. House just gets clean up the hula girls. He'll just jump up and finish Bud's puzzle. So I don't think we saw Groxu do the same manipulation that you said House did.
He did, but he was a little. I think it was just like slightly off. Like he didn't.
It did not work.
It didn't like start it right.
See, so Groxu's gonna kill this guy. Oh, and he is not gonna try to skip the door.
Yeah, he's gonna take the gems instead, which, you know, fair enough. About 16 gems. But he definitely made a little bit of
coming in.
Little bit of time up because of House going for that end of level jump.
So to answer the question, oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was gonna answer the question in chat. How this randomizer works is that privately before the race, we randomize the list of orbs out of all 64. We randomly pull 40, and then before the race starts, we show the runners, and they have to route the 40 orbs on the fly. So take a look at the list. ! Orb list is the command. You'll see what they have done so far and what they haven't done. Each orb is numbered in order from their appearance, starting with the homeworld orbs and ending with the speedway orbs in each homeworld.
But they're not in the order that they're going to get them in, because if you see number 6 atop a ladder, we don't have climb yet, so they're going to come back and get that after they have the climb power up.
So they're simply in the order that they are in the guidebook, basically.
So we got to get all orbs in Hurricos as well.
Yeah. So probably going to see a conventional strategy from House. We might see an unconventional strategy from Groxu, because he really liked skipping into the Lightning Thieves area.
Yeah, doing that really cool gear jump.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens when Groxu gets there. He's still got to clean up Summer Forest. I don't think he's finished Hunter's tutorial yet. No, so he's going to go ahead and get Hunter's tutorial. So House has a pretty sizable lead on Groxu, all things considered, at the moment. Probably about a minute and a half.
The only thing is, I'm very curious if they're going to be going for a Queer Tower skip. Because they only have to do Manta Race 1 in this race. I don't know if they're going to
just take the 100 both times last
take the 100 gems. I'm assuming they'll probably both go for it, but also something to note, we don't have Sunny Beach orbs.
No, so they're just gonna get the talisman.
So they're gonna do any percent. They're gonna do my strat, mine and Cam's.
Yeah.
You can take us through that when we see it.
So it looks like Grox is gonna do Factory Glide conventionally. You can see House tried to use the fan blades to skip over here, but now he's going to do the backup strat, which is kind of the main strat, I think, for most people.
Oh, so.
That was an interesting fall. I don't know what he didn't hover to get up there.
That sometimes happens. It's basically like the game. Oh, this isn't good. Or he's going to do a quick game continue, maybe. But the game reads you as like being landed, even though you're not landed. So you like step instead of getting like an auto hover, and sometimes that forces you to miss a jump, like what happened to House.
Yeah,
I've had it happen many a
The
time.
house is gonna come up here. So if you've never
He's
seen
in the
before,
wrong spot.
he's in the wrong
Yeah, he is
spot.
in the wrong spot.
But the stone thieves are stored up here for some reason, and so you can kill 8 of them up here. He's just gonna find the last 2. There's 7. There's 8. And then what he'll do is to clean up this orb is he'll just get these stones and then kill these last 2 thieves that are already running around. Saves a ton of time, makes this orb pretty quick, all things considered.
Okay, Groxu doing a pretty interesting route. He's gonna get onto these fan blades.
Yeah. Or not.
Missed that hover. He hovered a bit too early. Because the strat for this is you hover when one of those fan blades is underneath you, and then by the time you where at the height where they are, it'll be there to catch you.
It's easy once you know the timing, but if you don't know it, So Groxu is going to probably try. There it is. Oh,
he got a little bit of speed caught on that thing though.
I know he was trying to get over that though, because I've seen him do it. He just didn't quite get it. So he's going to also do the same thing that House did. We'll be able to get a good time check at the end of Hurricos. So House is at 17:25.
Yeah.
And we'll see where Groxu is when he leaves at Hurricos.
This was an opportunity for Groxu, right? To try and get this skip a bit quicker, but he's having the same kind of problems House was.
Ooh, he did not. Oh, I did not think he got that. That's okay.
Yeah, I thought he was a bit too low.
So let's see
how
a
Sunny Beach.
He's probably going to skip the entire level. Might collect some gems.
So what you do here is you clip through a wall by using this turtle to send you the turtle walks a couple steps and then he turns back. So you use the turtle while he's walking back to occupy the same space as you. Oh, he should definitely, if he doesn't do my strat, then okay. This strat is also especially fast because he has swim. He missed it. He's just gonna go back in, I think. Yeah. So it's a bit of a weird. I've never done it with swim because I do any percent where we don't buy it. So it's a bit weird. But essentially he's gonna. The way water works in SRT comparatively to OG, and I always say this whenever somebody asks about it, is that in OG it's a plane. So if you go through the plane, you have swim until you come out of the plane.
Yeah.
Which is why things like swim and air work and other things. Yep. But with SRT, it's a tank of water. So as long as you're in the tank, you can swim. So the tank extends a bit past what we're supposed to be doing. So the tank for that's by Turtle Soup, it's a bit bigger than just being in the walls. So they can actually just kind of ride up the side, still staying out of bounds, and then just get into the talisman room without having to flame the last turtle that you're normally supposed to. And it's faster. Even without swim, it's faster by about 2 seconds. With swim, it's got to be 4 to 5.
Right. So about a minute 10 lead for House right now.
Yep.
All right. Trying the same strategy.
Yep. We'll see if he is more successful at it, or is he just going to go?
He's probably going to go for it.
All right, he's going to go for it. This is what Grox is doing is something you have to be careful with because you can swim too far down and actually hit the acid instead. That's below the level and die.
So House is pretty clearly going for a Query Tower skip. See, looks like he has enough height.
So let's see if we can get it before the portal becomes something you can't stand on anymore. Which I don't remember. I don't know what the timing is on it.
It's not a timing. It's if you leave the level, it's not solid anymore. So it'll always be solid until you leave the level. There's parts of it that are solid and parts of it that aren't. So the direct top, kind of that darker blue color, is solid. So House getting it a couple of times, but that darker blue color is what's solid, and then maybe it's yellow. I don't really know, is not solid. So if you go through it, you'll get out of the portal, and then if you were to re-enter, the portal is just not solid at all.
So we'll see Groxu get a chance at it as well. He can make up a little bit of time if he has no trouble with this invisible platform first that just kind of exists. No trouble at all. Collect the talisman, and then he is going to try the same thing we just saw House do. And I imagine he's going to try it until he gets it. There's no way he's going to run around the level. So, but he can save some time by getting it on the first try. Wow. Groxu probably saving 20-30 seconds, I think.
Yeah,
so
I know that.
Time check here.
So 2045 out of Aquaria.
Yeah.
Groxu will probably be around like 2110. No, probably 21 like 20.
Yeah. I think he saved a little bit of time there. We'll see.
Oh, absolutely. Something to say about that jump is that, like I said, like if you miss it, you have to go through the level normally, which costs you 100 gems. Luckily, they both got it. I was more right with 2110.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty much 2110.
God, I'm so smart.
Groxu's gonna go ahead and collect some extra gems before he leaves the level.
Yeah, there's some pretty good gems there.
Yeah,
some 10s, and they're the 25 that he got early. So House, we're gonna see his first attempt for a double hit.
With skipping Sunny Beach, they skipped probably about 60, 80 gems by not doing Sunny Beach. Probably even more than that. So, with the climb power up coming up, they do need to get 500 gems before they get through there, because their first speedway is not until Icy.
So it'll be a 35 seconds.
I'm pretty sure House just got both double hits, by the way.
No, he got the first double hit, but then didn't get the second one.
All right, I guess we'll find out in a moment.
No, he got them both.
Look at that. Double hits for House. Let's see if Groxu can get the same done. So these two are kind of like the pioneers of this double hit strategy. I don't know if Groxu got it.
Well, you can't get it on the first.
Yeah, you're gonna try it over here. I mean,
he shouldn't have got it there. I don't think.
I don't think so.
I don't have the sound, which is more the cue for me, but I can also tell by seeing it. I don't think he got it. But yeah, that's like a 20 sec. If you get both double hits, you save about 20 seconds. There's technically the possibility of getting 3, but the way you get 3 is by getting a double hit with on the left fireball one. Okay, Groxu got one. But getting the double hit on the left fireball has only happened once, and it was by accident.
We'll probably find it one day, but it's not today. So Groxu only gets one double hit.
So he's going ahead into Crystal Glacier here. He's going to get Draclet Caves.
Yeah, so just Draclet.
Full dupe here.
Gets it pretty standard. House has definitely gotten a lot more consistent at it. He used to not be as consistent at it, and then I think he kind of.
As long as the game's eat one of the souls, which actually happens to me quite frequently, is I'll get soul dupe, but then one of the other enemies will be eaten.
Yeah. Yeah, House good 15. Because basically, for people that are in the chat that don't know what soul dupe is in Spyro 2, enemies, instead of giving you gems like they do in 1 and 3, they give you souls, which count towards opening up a gate that allows like a power-up. So for this one, it's the flight power-up to do Dracula Caves. So if you kill 2 souls, the 2 that we kill, Groxu got a soul that fell off the map, by the way. You get a save before their bodies despawn. You can duplicate their souls, so you can get this power-up gate early, and then you skip having to buy this bridge, which costs 200 gems. It would be faster to just buy the bridge, but it's slower to collect 200 gems.
Yeah. And especially with the way they've had the route, and they basically skipped all of Aquaria Towers and Sunny Beach, they skipped a lot of gems that they would maybe otherwise have collected.
Yeah.
So getting the soul dupe is really important right now, because Icy does not come until later, so he's going to have to buy... They're both have to buy Climb and possibly Shady Oasis before they get a Speedway.
Yeah. I'm going to be honest. Obviously, it's in the run and in the moment, but I think Groxu made the wrong decision by taking a death instead of doing soul dupe twice. because if you take a death at the beginning of Crystal Glacier, you have to redo opening the first guys. And what is he doing?
He did not get the soul.
He doesn't.
He's having trouble with it.
He did it twice, but he has enough souls. Just go, Groxu.
Oh, you know what? He doesn't realize it because he's seeing a 7 and not a 6. I've done that.
Yeah, because you only.
Or you're so used to soul dupe you need to have 6 souls. Yeah, so he's soul duped extra.
He did an extra dupe.
Yeah. So.
Also think
does that save him going over to the last platform there? Yeah.
It does, but it's not.
No, it's not.
The time it takes to do another soul dupe.
Yeah, for sure. But it does mean it saves him a little bit of time there, but I don't think that
he might have miscounted. I know when I do it,
he definitely miscounted.
If I don't see a 6, I just automatically go, oh, I messed it up, I need to do it again.
Yeah.
Like, and there's been times where, you can actually soul dupe up to 7 on one soul dupe. I don't know what causes that to happen, but I know every time it happens to me, I just never internalize it. And I do it again until I realize, oh, I don't need to. Alright, so we will see how collect Bone Dance as well, right?
Yeah. So, the 2 best players of Bone Dance, those recently got records in this. Groxu got the record, and then House got it back yesterday. Oh no, House missed the bone.
That's unfortunate.
Had to take an extra damage boost. You can catch that bone. Also, we'll see House maybe go for a double charge strat here. You can actually charge this. Yeah, he did it there. You can charge that wall to break it. Normally, you need to flame it with those rocks, and then you can charge it like once at the end. But what he did was, instead of doing that, if you let go of charge really quick and then charge again, you get this double charge that does 2 damages. So he was able to do that and skipped having to wait for the rock. Oh, that's not good.
Oh, wow. This is what it is. It's a live race. If you make a mistake, you just kind of have to deal with it and go back. There is no resetting. So just give Groxu an opportunity here. Now he only has to do the first lava lizard, so let's see if he remembers and doesn't have like muscle memory and goes and does the second. Because that would be unfortunate.
Randy, half finished thought.
I'll get back to you on my thought.
Okay, good. Yeah, that was something we talked about in the last race, T1, is that there are some of these levels where, particularly when we get to Winter Tundra and we've got end of level orbs, where they might just get them on their route, but they're not included in the 40, and we didn't see it happen, but there was definitely a slight danger that when you're trying to think of all these things...
I think DrHouse actually got both lava lizards, because he should only have 16 orbs, unless I miscounted.
Well, so that's what we're talking about, right? Is if they get extra orbs that they don't need to, do they remember to get all the orbs that they're actually supposed to get, or do they look at their number and get 40 and go, oh, I'm fine, but actually they've missed an orb they were supposed to get?
Yeah, he should only have 16 at this point.
That's what 17. My thought was, by the way.
Yeah, House did both lava lizards, so...
We saw Groxu just get the double charge as well.
Yep.
On that wall. So both pretty good at it.
Hopefully House realizes it when he looks at the list later and sees, oh, I still need to collect these orbs. Because if not, that's a disqualification if he finishes the game and misses an orb that he's supposed to collect.
Well, you just have to go back and get it, right? So it would,
yeah, I mean...
the timer would keep going.
We would have to tell him, after he defeats Whipto, you gotta go get the orb you missed.
Yep.
So, not much of a disqualification, but would essentially be a huge time penalty.
Yeah.
So, interesting that House is doing Breeze Harbor right now. That's usually the last orb done in Summer Forest. Although, since he doesn't have to get the orb behind the Breeze Harbor portal, that's maybe why he's making the decision to do it now.
Yeah, do it now, and then you only have to warp back to Zephyr.
Yep.
I'm curious if we'll see You might see at least Groxu, maybe not House, go for a new Zephyr skip that was found relatively recently. It saves about, I want to say, in the realm of 4 to 5 seconds to get to the talisman a bit earlier. But
yeah, we'll see if Groxu makes the same choice that House did. They don't actually have to get any of the orbs in Autumn Plains. Neither the overworld orbs, so it does save them going like out of their way for those orbs.
yeah.
So
I'll let
Groxu
you
go.
Yep, Groxu did get some time back simply because he didn't do the second lava lizards like House did.
Grox is going on a breeze as well.
Yep. That's Ooh, he's... Alright,
He wanted the fodder, but...
He wanted it, but didn't work out.
It's one of those ones that looks like it's going to be really easy to get, but then just runs away the right. I always find that with Dry Canyon in 1. You always think that bunny right at the start is just going to be in your way as you go to that fan chest, and then it just completely diverts and goes the other way.
I know Groxu is a bit better.
Interesting, the House is going to just quit and come back out, and that's because they do have to get the gears too. So I guess House decided it would be faster to restart the level than it would be to just backtrack to the gears.
I think it definitely is because you can get onto the trolley track
and then run over to the orb.
And then run over to the orb. But I think it would be faster to just... No, because you have the talisman. That's the issue. If you just had to get the orbs and not the talisman, I would say probably the fastest would be to just go to do the trolley. But because and
how showing off the jank of this track, you can just run through the objects. They're not solid unless you're in the minecart.
Groxu also going for this skip onto the rope. Normally you jump onto the boat, but he's trying to get onto this rope because it is standable.
There's no benefit to it, right? It's just he's just showing off again.
It might save half a second to a second. Oh, what is? Okay, never mind. Sorry, Groxu's stream just cut out for a second.
Yeah,
alright, he's back. We're good. We'll see. House is having trouble with the trolley.
Oh, I know. Yeah, this is actually smart by Groxu. Instead of skipping, or instead of doing what House did with the quick aim continue, he's just gonna try to get on top of this invisible platform.
Get back on the trolley tracks.
Yeah. But I don't know where it is. I don't know if you can actually make it from here.
Yeah.
He did get onto the rope there.
There it
is.
So he's gonna do the mine carts first, and then finish up the. Oh, what? He's just showing off now.
I think he's trying to figure out what would be the best.
Oh, maybe he's thinking about it. Yeah, so it looks like he's gonna do the trolley first, and then clean up the mines.
It definitely is doing trolley then mines, because the way you're supposed to get up to the trolley is by killing a certain amount of enemies. I'm not sure what it is. Maybe it's 16, maybe it's 18.
Yeah, it's some ridiculous number like that.
But if you have no enemies killed, which he pretty much does.
Yep. You kill 2 enemies. Alright, so House has warped back. I think he may be running over to Zephyr, perhaps? He does not have enough gems for Zephyr. That's interesting. So he's gonna go do Metro.
No, he's doing the climbeless jump.
He's doing climbeless, okay. So he's not gonna bother buying climb. And he might not even need it. Oh, I mean he's gonna
you need climb.
Yeah, you need it. I was gonna say, if you don't do climb, how do you do the top of the ladder?
Yeah.
That track. Groxu is going around for a 3rd time on this bit of track now.
You might have missed one of the gears. There's a gear on one of these tracks where, because you have to jump over a box, you can miss it.
No, he definitely. I'm pretty sure he got them all first time, but he certainly got them all second time. I think he was just, I don't know, absentmindedly shot the signpost.
Oh, maybe.
Just maybe thought it was the other way.
Yeah, maybe. Oh, we see House in Fracture Hills for one of 2 visits in run 1, because they're going to have to backtrack to come and do Earthshaper Bash and escort the Alchemist, I imagine.
Yeah. I imagine what they'll do here is just collect the talisman. They might free the fawn.
Well, House is killing enemies, so he probably is going to
free the fawn.
Free the fawn, and then just run to the end for
talisman.
Just the talisman.
Which means we'll probably see him creatively use the supercharge to try to supercharge the talisman too.
Yeah, possibly. I don't know what would be faster. Like, obviously, taking the supercharge to the end, like to the talisman, is faster. But is it faster if you have to like run back?
See, is he going to do the skip?
Yeah,
ooh, nice.
So that's actually really tough. He made that look a lot easier because essentially they wanted to try to avoid that by having a cap on how high you can jump, like what just happened there. Yep. But if you jump before you hit or like as you're going into the gate, you can carry your momentum and you'll still go up and you can reach that like little platform or little area where they jumped from.
So on the left, we've seen our first major deviation. Groxu went ahead and bought Climb, and he went to Scorch.
Oh, that's
interesting,
unfortunate mistake by House.
It doesn't cost him that much, but it is just a tiny bit.
I think we're gonna.
He meant to quit the level instead of quit the game. Yeah.
So what? Explain that to me and to anyone else who doesn't understand. Why is Groxu going to Scourge here and buying Climb? Why is that a mistake? What's that going to cost him?
No, I think he was talking about what happened to House, his menuing.
Oh, yeah, sorry. House made a mistake because he quit the game by accident again.
Run-on sentences.
Oh, you know what? Where is House going to warp to?
He might warp to Breeze.
Yeah, but he still has to do Scorch. He hasn't done Scorch.
Ooh.
So maybe he's gonna warp. You know, has he bought Climb yet?
He has not bought Climb.
Okay, because he doesn't have the gem. Also, I think he's going to do. He's gonna warp to Zephyr or warp to Skelos maybe, and then do Zephyr, and then go do Climb and Scorch, and have Scorch be his final level possibly.
Oh, interesting. The House is not doing Crystal Popcorn.
Maybe he's gonna quit re-enter.
Maybe.
Yeah. They gotta do Popcorn 1 in this run. Not Popcorn 2, just Popcorn 1.
Maybe he didn't realize.
Wait, when did House buy Climb?
Maybe he bought it after he went to Fracture, or after he went to Breeze, and then just went and did Climbless Jump for swag.
Oh, okay. I didn't remember seeing him do it. So we've been talking about, and this is like kind of like the hard thing about keeping track of two runners doing different things. His House decided to do a swag maneuver.
You saw House do the end of the level for here. It's actually a bit slower.
I think House is confused.
Maybe he just forgot that he had to do Popcorn.
No, he's doing Party Orbs right now.
No, he's doing Height Cap to get back out.
I thought he activated the Party Hat Orb. I was like, does he not know which orb he's supposed to be doing right now?
So normally, you're supposed to get to like the top of the volcano and close the lid, but it's actually faster if you have the fly power gate open. It's faster to jump off of the last ladder onto the power gate and fly up to the end because they'll give you the talisman if you get there. It's just that normally you're supposed to close the gate.
I don't know if House's route is just kind of like not really planning out his route in his head and just doing it and reacting to it.
I think he's reactionary.
Yeah, because there's no way going back for Crystal Popcorn's faster.
No. But the thing is, I mean, he was going for Climbless. He was going to do the Climbless jump. But I think the thing is House said this also to me, was just like he's going to play based on his game knowledge. Because he's, done a bunch of 100 runs and done a bunch of stuff. Like, he knows how to play and what to do, but...
Yep. Logic on at least on Discord, it looks like we froze.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
So things are happening on the stream that we're not aware of.
The stream is fine, but
Yeah, the stream is fine.
Okay.
now we're loaded.
Yeah, Groxu's doing monkeys. House is making his way down to go across and do Shady.
Oh, you know what? He's gonna do Shady, then he's gonna buy Icy, then he's gonna warp out of Icy, possibly to like Autumn Plains, then go to Zephyr.
House still hasn't done Scorch though, so that's kind of
that's a big thing. In that Scorch.
Does House not realize it? Or maybe he has a plan for some interesting warping.
Because that's one of the big differences between OG and SRT is that we have access to the guidebook at all times. So we can constantly be going in and out of levels. The thing with Spyro 2 is it sucks that every level, except for obviously like Speedways and Glimmer, have a cutscene before them. And bosses, I guess. Don't if you.
And cutscenes after them.
And cutscenes. Well, cutscenes after you get the talisman in them. If you just exit it, you don't get a cutscene.
Yeah.
So Groxu is now fighting not Bombo. Talked about that
Bob.
the last time. I don't know if you guys saw the first Bombo that he did. He got hit by one of the enemies just as he was going to go through a door, and I definitely thought he was going to get hit. And that's such an annoying reset because the you have to watch the whole dialogue thing again. It's a pain.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, this is actually quite interesting because last time with Green and Groxu both followed a pretty standard, they just like both pretty much did the same things. Like there was a bit of routing differences in the specific levels, but both
they made a
followed
lot of
pretty
the
much
same
the
choices.
same level order, same choices, same order of doing things. But here we're seeing two vastly different things where like technically House is like pretty far ahead, but Groxu's done a different level that was a longer level because of Bombo and or Bob and the monkeys minigame.
So the next time check is really gonna be at like Gulp.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It'll be end of Autumn Plains before we can really give you guys a comparison again.
I would still say that House is ahead, but I don't think it's by like he was ahead by out of brush by something like a minute, maybe slightly less than a minute. But I think he might be ahead, but I don't think it's by that much anymore.
Yeah, well, so Dr. House is doing the first Speedway. I think they're doing the Icy and Canyon in this run, so we'll get to see a little Speedway action.
Not Canyon.
Not Canyon?
No. Not in this run.
Is it Metro?
No, I think it's just.
I could have just won those two Speedways. I must be mistaken.
Maybe there's one in the next one.
Maybe.
Spoiler, no one tell them there is.
Of course. I had thought there was two Speedways in this one, but I guess I remember that. So just
really
Icy.
Sucks for Speedways and why they're like not so good for 40 orbs. The orbs are actually, for at least most of them, aren't like too horrible. Like they're probably still a little bit slow, but the issue for doing them in actual 40 orb runs is that you have to complete the Speedway first. So you saw House just take a minute to do, like over a minute loadless to get access to the orb, and then he has to do the orb.
Yeah.
Nice thing is you do get 400 gems, and that's something you can consider in your route, especially in 40 orb randomizer. Like, oh, if I have to do 4 Speedways, then I basically don't have to get any gems anywhere.
Yeah. Like, I know there was a route that Dylan was working on, and another route that Rookie Gamer 1 also did a couple runs of, where they actually included doing a Speedway, but it just kind of ended up. They mainly included doing a Speedway for the gems. I think it ended up not working as well as they wanted, and then they don't do it anymore.
I was working on a route that would include Metro with Soul Dupe on console. but just didn't work out.
Yeah. I think if you were to include one, it'd probably have to be Ocean Speedway.
Isn't Metro the fastest?
Yeah, but you have the issue is you have to run out of you have to run out of your way to go to Metro, whereas Ocean is on your way to Aquaria.
Not really, because Metro's right next to Zephyr.
Yeah, but you do Zephyr later.
Yeah, it would be
it just messes.
You would have to do Metro earlier than Zephyr.
Earlier. We'll let you guys hash this route out in your own time. Right now.
I know we are on the race, and so we should be focused on
Groxu's done that first crystal popcorn. House is done with Icy. So, what is going to be House's route? He didn't guidebook out. He just exited.
He still has Zephyr and Scorch to do.
Okay, so
it's possible that maybe he doesn't even realize he's skipped Scorch, so he's going to go do Zephyr.
He doesn't have to get far away.
He should quick game continue. Yeah.
Alright, so he's going to do that. I mean, he honestly could have glided down the Zephyr from there.
Groxu did, I believe he did new strat that he was doing with a wall glide to skip buy and climb. Or not buy and climb, but to skip needing climb. Why is he
going to... Oh, no. Are we wrong here?
Am I wrong? Is Metro on here?
Draclet, lizards, bone dance, monkeys, capture the flag through the phone.
It would be number 46. No, it's
not on there.
Okay.
Oh no.
I'm gonna
type in his chat.
Yeah.
Maybe he's doing it for the gems.
Maybe.
If he starts the orb, I'm gonna... Because maybe
or maybe he's thinking about level storage. It's technically not against the rules. We never really kind of defined whether that's allowed or not.
I mean, I think they would assume that it's not that it's against the rules.
It's not meant to be allowed, but we also never explicitly said you can't do level storage. So who knows? Maybe that's his goal.
Okay, so I've put it in our chat that this is not on the list, and if he's doing it for whatever reason,
he was going for gems, I think.
We'll see.
He tried to go for a pause.
Yeah, he's quitting the level. Okay, so he won the gems.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay. I mean, it's a decent amount of gems for the minute-ish that he spent doing it.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we do all the speedways in MBS, right? Because the gems are just so good for the time that you spend doing them.
Yeah. So I guess because House still got to buy Head Bash, so he had to spend 400 there, and there's just no gems in Zephyr.
Yeah, there's not a lot of good gems that you get. They're all pretty spread out.
Somehow there's 400 gems in Zephyr, but I don't think there's anything above a 5 in the entire level.
There's a couple 5s you get. So House not doing the new strat. I'm very interested to see how he's going to feel about doing Owlix and stuff, because the normal route for Zephyr is doing the end of level talisman, then you go get the Professor and Juliet. But I think he's going to go over to the spot where there's 2 Calyx and then go. Because there's a little kind of out of bounds skip there that you can do.
Sorry, Wally, I mean on the NLS route. There's no 10s or 25s on the NLS route. Not that there's none in the level. That's what I meant. Sorry I had to clarify that. Alright. So we'll see House here. He does
have to do both Calyx. Oh, he's just gonna...
But he also needs to do both Sowing Seeds, so he had to do it anyway.
Well, yeah, but the thing that I was thinking was doing more of a 100 route, where you, after getting the talisman, you go over to the area where there's the 2, and then you climb the ladder, and then go.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, and you use the climb the ladder to the heavens.
Yeah, because for some reason there's a skip, which I think Groxu might go for, because it feels like something he would go for, where you can just kind of climb the ladder endlessly if you just keep tapping X.
So we're gonna see Groxu clean up the Paris. Oh, he had to actually restart the speedway.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. This is the second time he's now reset it.
Maybe he's just not getting like the turns he wants.
Yeah, but I think there's a slight difference there in that we saw. I don't know if you guys were watching House do Icy, but his route felt pretty slow in terms of how long it actually took him to do the speedway. But
oh no, House has a stuck Cowlick. There we go.
It definitely took, I think, longer than he would have liked to just do the speedway before the orb, but
no, he used the optimal route. I think he did. I thought he did it pretty fine.
Well, there's actually House made his own route. The route that is the IO route is different than what House does. Because I think the IO route is what Groxu's doing, where he ends on it. He ends on like a whatever Loch Ness monster thing.
He missed a guy there.
Yeah. The difference with the two is that House goes for one where you get an animation cancel, and Groxu doesn't. So yeah. Groxu's time, I think, was about the same, maybe even a bit slower.
Mm-hmm.
But House got to end just that bit earlier because he didn't have to watch the animation. If you're someone like me, you'd go for a frame perfect pause at the end and just die, live or die by frame perfect pauses for some reason.
Oh, we are going to see DrHouse. Oh no, he's just going to go ahead and get the last Cowlick over here.
Well, there's the two here. Hopefully, the issue with these two that House is doing right now is sometimes they will yeet themselves out of the map, and then you'll have to re-enter the level.
I mean, that's just one of many problems with these Cowlicks.
Yeah.
So, he could hit this one up there, and it could just bounce off the wall and go all the way back down to the start, and they're definitely...
You saw House do like a bit of the ladder strat, because that one was way too close to the wall. So if he were to hit it probably with the fireball also, it would have definitely gone way too far up.
Yeah, so there's a little bit of Cowlick management, unfortunately, for if you have to do Cowlicks.
Let's hope we see less Cowlicks than we did last time, because watching Green do Cowlicks one unnecessarily a third time was pretty painful.
Yeah, because the Cowlick's like glitched out on him.
No, he had to backtrack and do Cowlicks too, because he didn't get climb first.
Oh, that's right. I remember.
That was the issue. Yeah, Green didn't get climb, so couldn't do Cowlicks 2 straight after Cowlicks 1, and then he had to backtrack, and then you have to redo Cowlicks 1 to do Cowlicks 2.
Okay, yeah, so he's warping to Fracture to then go to Scorch. I wasn't sure. Yeah, okay, so I'm in House's chat. He said he wasn't sure about gems. That's what he did. Metro.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see.
It'll probably work out for him, because he'll just be able to pretty much run to the end of Mist 6.
I think the thing with like a lot of these races and a lot of these kind of like improvised routes is I think it's definitely better for you to commit to a route if you make the decision that he's like, okay, I'm not sure about gems, I'm gonna go get those gems. I'm just gonna do it. Like, I'm not gonna think about it. Like, it would be definitely better than like
Metro than to look around because you're short.
Yeah.
You saw Groxu had a little bit of trouble skipping into this area.
Seeing Groxu go for this new skip, and he gets a first time. The issue with this skip is now sometimes you can fall. Jumped a bit early, so he's gonna have to do this wall glide, which kind of sucks. You can make it up to that TNT box without needing to do that, but
that's still a very impressive skip, and give an opportunity maybe to get the time back. Ooh.
He was standing on nothing. That guy in Scorch.
Yep. So, looks like
I think you're
try
right.
Something a little different.
You're definitely right, Randy, about picking a route and kind of sticking to it, because that's, again, not that I want to keep piling on him, but I think that was an issue that Green had as well, was kind of rerouting on the fly and kind of dithering about a little bit and not necessarily being sure where he was going from minute to minute. Even if you may have decided that it's not optimal halfway through, you kind of got to stick to it and just make the best of it.
So House is making an interesting decision to just play the level nearly conventionally. He did skip the doors.
I think the difference is that House... I don't know which enemies Groxu killed, but I think House is kind of going...
Yeah, I mean, you can get the power up to activate without coming in here to kill the enemies by killing all the other enemies, and maybe House doesn't know that. I don't know how much of 100% he plays.
Like he did a lot of 100% before, but he hasn't done it in a while, so I just don't know if he remembers like where all the souls are and whatnot. I don't think he can make this jump even with 90 minutes.
Yeah. Interesting that he's just...
it's really close.
It's really close. Interesting that he's just not going to hit the button. Like we saw House earlier give up on tricks. It doesn't work. Now he seems to be wanting to try them, so interesting.
Yeah, sometimes you just want to beat your head against a wall and get something.
So see how many more times House is willing to try it before he just hits the button and goes.
Like, I don't know, maybe, I don't even know if there's like an invisible wall there. Like, until you open the button or something, or hit the button.
Alright, he's got it. Took a little bit of work. So we kind of call Gru the show off, but we've seen House several times now try to show off some interesting strats instead of just giving up on them too.
Yeah, it seemed like Groxu at the beginning was a lot more kind of doing all these interesting, really, really cool skips, and he's still doing some of them. He definitely has been kind of going for maybe a bit more conventional stuff right now.
Yeah, he's missed a couple of opportunities to do some unconventional things. So we'll see how it goes as their timers are pretty much even on the screen. As both of them will be going to Gulp once they finish their respective levels. And it could be a lot closer than maybe you think, because Calyx takes a long time, and so does Flag Bearer Orb. Ooh. House unfortunately takes a hit from Bob. When you take a hit, the Flag Bearer just lets you chase him again. He doesn't actually declare victory. He's very bad.
I was talking about that with Groxu earlier on, is that taking a hit from Bob there is quite a slow reset, because it goes all the way back, and he's got to talk to you again, and it's a pain.
We're just going to see Groxu make this jump. It's a difficult jump, but it's certainly possible. I know some people just make the seeds happen instead, rather than mess with that jump.
Yeah, Groxu makes all these things look easy though, doesn't he?
So we're going to get a really decent idea of where they're both at, because they still have two... House has got to finish, the monkeys and the last Flag Bearer race. And Groxu's still got to get all the Calyx.
Oh. I don't know if you saw that. Groxu, in trying to flame that bird to get out of his way, accidentally flamed the Calyx all the way over to the other side of that platform and nearly lost it off the edge.
Ooh, nearly lost that one too.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Gonna round up the second one now. It's one of those things with Calyx, isn't it? Like, you can hit them sometimes and they don't go in the direction you expect, and you just kind of have to wait for them to come down to see where they're actually going to end up. This one's now on an invisible platform.
Ooh.
Yep, he's okay. He's okay.
Calyx are just doing weird things on Groxu's screen.
Yeah.
Alright, he's gonna safely get that one out inside a wall. This is why we love Calyx. I got some Calyx hype in the chat.
So much Calyx jank.
Some hype for the Calyx jank? Yeah. Let's see, House is gotta finish racing Bombo here. Is this the second round of Bombo or the third round of Bombo?
think we said it was the. Oh no, it's the
That's
second
round. This is going to be so close. These two of them coming out of these levels. Like House has to run through the entire level here, and Groxu needs to have the Cowlicks cooperate.
Cowlick.
Cowlick.
Honestly, I mean, there's a lot of jank in SRT, but I don't know if there was more jank than Cowlicks.
Oh, this is going to be so close to these two coming out of here. They're going to be entering the gulp nearly at the same time. So, very exciting as this race is like coming real close again.
These Cowlicks are just really not.
All right, House is getting the orb. Groxu's got the first Cowlick orb. Oh, this is so close. They're synced up. Oh, and House is gonna get out of there first. Oh, and House is gonna go back for the ladder orb right now.
Interesting.
Ooh. You're gonna see House only has about a 10-second lead at this point. And Groxu is going to go straight for gulp first.
I mean, you got to get it sometime, right? So
you got to get it at some point. Honestly, this is what I do too. I get the top of the ladder before I come back and fight gulp. All right, so Groxu is going to go ahead and fight gulp.
Again, it means we can't now time. We can't really give you a time check.
No.
Into or out of gulp because they're.
But we're more or less able to give you a time check coming out of those last two levels. So House does have about a 10-second lead.
So that is way down from the minute 20 lead he had earlier on.
And we'll see, because Groxu's still got to go back and get that ladder orb at some point.
Alright, we'll see. I mean, yeah, we talked about it a little bit earlier. Groxu's gulp in the first run of the last race was about as good a gulp as I've ever seen.
Yeah.
It's a little bit more problematic this time, only getting a single hit on the barrels.
Hi, Tina Sword. Thanks for joining us. So how Randomizers works is that we have a list of all 64 orbs in the game, and we randomly pick 40 orbs right before the race starts for the runners to do. If you use the command !orb list, you can see what orbs they are doing for race number 1. Thank you for joining us. And thank you, Callum, for putting that in the chat as well.
I got you.
Yep.
Alright, double rocket hit there from Groxu. House only got a single hit on the barrels as well, so...
Yeah, wasn't able to get the double barrel. But yeah. I don't think Groxu was either, so...
He's going for a double hit with the bombs.
Oof.
Don't think he didn't get it. He didn't get it.
No.
So again, they're pretty much even at this... going into that sort of first half of gulp. It's just another single hit there for Groxu.
When you're on an odd number, you have to get a single hit at some point. So
yeah,
unless you're gonna try to wait for
that's not necessarily true.
Unless you're gonna try to wait for a triple.
You could get a triple, like
oh,
Scott.
House is getting a triple.
Oh,
he's gonna catch up on screen to Groxu. I think this is gonna help him extend his lead a little bit.
Yeah, so if House comes out of gulp ahead, like on screen.
Ooh, and
Groxu with having gone back for the ladder.
Yeah, Groxu's having some trouble here with gulp.
Yeah, this is not good.
He just got pretty unlucky there, getting a bomb and a chicken.
Yeah.
Because you could still do a double if you had a like a bomb and a rocket, but you'd have to like have the rocket be close to the bomb, and then you could flame the bomb and then.
Well, Groxu had a chance for a triple, but he just didn't quite get it.
Yeah. Granted, triples are hard. There's a lot of timings into it.
Yeah. It's RNG, like you can't control what the Paradox is going to drop for you. So it looks like House is going to try one more triple to finish it off. Let's see if he gets something good. Oh, yes, he does. Look at that. Another triple to end it off, and House is taking a commanding lead. As commanding as you can get in this game, anyway.
Yeah, that's nuts. So House coming out of gulp before Groxu, even with going back to get atop the ladder now.
Remember, House has 2 extra orbs at this point. The one he wasn't supposed to get, in Skelos, as well as the ladder orb. So now for Dr. House, just making sure that he doesn't miss an orb he needs to get.
Yeah, that's my big worry. I'm still really worried that somebody's going to do that every time we do this race.
It's always a possibility. And it's very interesting because House also did that extra Metro level too, which might pay off for him. You can see how low Groxu is on gems. He still needs another 400 gems before he can buy Head Bash. So that's going to require him to run around a little bit and collect gems in a way that Dr. House does not have to do. Dr. House just has to get to the end of the level. Well, he has to do the orbs. But maybe Groxu's doing the calculation. Well, I have to run around Mystic Marsh anyway. I can collect a lot of gems here.
It's all three, right? So it's the pencil, the spark plug thieves, and the end of level orb.
I believe so. If you check the orb list, that is what we are doing. So they are going to have to trade for the pencil and get all the spark plug thieves and fix the fountain, which is just the end of the level, which is pretty easy to get to. So it's these last couple of levels, these Winter Tundra levels, where there's just opportunities for you to, do some interesting routing.
Both having a little bit of trouble with the enemies here.
Yeah, the enemies in Mystic Marsh can be brutal, so we're going to see a very quick Winter Tundra, because there's just not a lot to do in Winter Tundra in run number 1. They're going to barely go into Robotica Farms, because they only have to get one orb. They're pretty much just going to run to the end of Metro. So, the vast majority of the rest of the run is going to be spent right here in this level. So this is where we're going to see, I think, whether House can take his lead or if Groxu can claw it back with some good Mystic Marsh routing.
They only have bells and Cloud Temples.
Yeah, they have bells and Cloud Temples, so it's going to be a very quick Winter Tundra overall after they get out of Mystic Marsh.
Yeah, so they've got 2 in Winter Tundra itself, then 3 here, and that's more than half of the orbs they have to get in Winter Tundra.
Right. And so the key for, as we've been saying, is for make sure Dr. House realizes he needs 41 orbs and not 40. Since he grabbed an extra orb.
Yeah, it feels like at this point, unless something goes disastrously wrong for House, that's probably the main way that he could potentially lose this first race.
Yeah.
We are in Mystic Marsh, and I know I've brought it up every race. There's always the chance at the end that the professor doesn't take the pencil and you have to redo the whole mission. So we shall see.
There's always a chance for Spyro Jank. That is true. It would be really unfortunate to happen in a race setting, but we have, between all of us and everyone in the community, we have literally thousands of runs. Sometimes stupid stuff happens.
It doesn't happen quite like that often, but it happens like enough. That
it happens enough that Randy has an entire video on his channel of these things happening.
Yeah.
If you want to plug that video, because that's a kind of a community thing.
Yeah, just a couple months ago I made a video that showed off at least what I could find and what people sent to me of all the jank stuff that they've experienced while running the game. It's about...
What,
I missed like a bunch of clips.
It's time for a part. It's gonna be time for a part 2 soon.
Yeah, like I can only find so much, and people, might not have a clip or might not know where a specific video is. So it ended up being about 35 minutes.
Well,
I've seen House also have some trouble on this final thief.
Well,
he's the hiccups.
He's got one of the trade items in his mouth, so we can't flame the thief. So I think he was trying to cut it off with a charge.
Yeah, possibly. So that's like maybe that.
Yeah, they're side by side again. Look at that. They're side by side on screen, but Dr. House is ahead.
What thief does Groxu not have?
He just doesn't have.
Oh, he has that one.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Groxu do not know what thief he's missing?
Does he think he has all of them?
I know, like, I see which one he doesn't have.
Alright, so House decided to just finish Professor's Pencil instead of trying to get all the last 2 thieves he's missing. So, I don't know what's going on Grox's screen either. There he is. There's your thief.
There's a fast way to do this thief that I believe got found pretty recently, where you kind of like force it to like come back down, like that, but it's a bit tough.
Ooh, that's a nice little trick if you can get it. So both of our runners having trouble with the spark plug thieves. You can see House is still stuck on the last one as well.
Yeah, this is definitely a really tough orb. Just like some of them aren't too bad, but then there's like one that's just bad.
So did Groxu finish the professor yet?
No, the pencil's still on the ground.
Okay, so he's gonna go down, get the pencil, and finish that up.
That's something also important to note, that you saw them kind of like hoarding on to keep, or not hoarding, but like keeping the item in their mouths when they had it, because if you spit it out, and then I don't know what the time is, maybe it's like 20 seconds, maybe it's 30, maybe it's
despawns, yeah.
It'll despawn. But
that's what I was starting to think with Groxu, because he was taking quite a bit of time to get that final thief, and he hadn't had the pencil yet.
If you leave it when it first spawns, so he left it after putting the coin in the fountain, it won't despawn. It'll only despawn if you've like picked it up. So he technically hadn't picked up the pencil.
House had a bit of trouble with the last thief, but he finally gets out of the level. I think we're going to see both runners go into Cloud Temples. House might buy Head Bash, since he has enough gems at this point.
A question in the chat from Tina: what's your least favorite orb?
Party hats.
Calyx. Easy. Calyx suck.
No, I have a special hatred for party hats, so...
If we're talking about just general challenge in the trilogy, it's Dynamines as a whole.
I like Dynamines.
Dynamines is my least favorite level across all 3 games. Probably across, like, gaming. I
think my least favorite across all 3 is the tanks in Spyro 3. They're just absolute garbage.
I've still never completed Spyro 3. I'm nearly there, working my way through.
Just casually.
I mean, genuinely, first, because I never played Spyro 3 as a kid. I played Spyro 1 and Spyro 2 incessantly, but never played Spyro 3, so I'm working my way through it casually. But that is a long-ass game.
It is. I think Spyro 3 was my favorite casually, especially as a kid. Alright, so all they have to do in this level is that they ring the tower bells. They don't have to finish the level, although Grox is going to finish the level anyway.
No, he's doing this for the enemies, I think.
Oh, good point. You're right.
Because
you need to have 21.
Yeah, that's the thing that makes this orb really slow, because you can do this orb relatively quick.
Oh, House is now collecting this orb too. So he's going to have 42 orbs. Because this is not one of the orbs he needs to collect.
Yep. So again, that just makes it a little bit harder for House to keep track.
Yeah. So hopefully he's looking at the list and just going by the list and what he needs. And we'll have to ask House. You know, House won't be on audio, but we'll have to ask him what he was doing, collecting some of these extra orbs. Might just be out of habit.
One thing I like.
Nope.
Groxu's going to go ahead. He's going to collect the orb, and then Groxu's out of here. I would imagine at this point Groxu's going to go back and get the ladder orb.
Yeah, he should.
Or no? Oh, he's going to make sure he has enough gems. He's a little short on gems.
Yeah, he's about 50.
Yep.
Because that's the thing, is you do pick up some pretty good gems in when you do like Agent Zero's minigame.
Yep.
Like there's some 10s, there's some 5s, so you get a good amount. So
on House, just taking a skip that Groxu did not, and just shooting the lava rock at the bell to ring it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's been timed to be faster, because I know you have to go run back and get a get a rock, but I would assume that rock is faster.
Is Groxu going to get the on the ledge orb here? Because again, no, he's going to skip it.
Yeah, I guess he just warped to the wrong place. So that's, again, out of habit. Like, you go back to Summer Forest to get this orb. You don't go back to Hercos unless you're a console learner.
Well, it is faster for him to have warped back to, like, the beginning of Summer Forest. But he just, I think, thought that he needed to get that orb.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, since, it would be faster if you were collecting both orbs, but since you're only collecting one, it's faster to go to Hercos.
I also
have
didn't
any
know
of us ever played the GBA games, Season of Fire, Ice, and Attack of the Rhinox? I have not.
No.
Nope.
I didn't know if Groxu was maybe just doing that for gems as well, because he's only on, like, literally 1,016 gems. So he maybe needed to...
Oh, maybe, yeah. Maybe he's just like, I'm just going to grab those extra 25 gems that way. He was short.
Just for reference, Tina, there's a fantastic runner called Rubber Ducky Assassin that plays all the GBA games, I think. I think he's played all of that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest concentration of the Spyro community is on the OG games and the SRT. There are runners who do the non-trilogy games, but there's not as many.
Yeah.
So the GBA games have a few runners. The Dark Spyro Teenage Trilogy has a few runners. No, I don't remember what the trilogy is called, but he's like a teenager.
Alright, so this is House going to do Sheep Saucers 1. This is going to be his 36th orb, but he's still going to have 6 to do?
Yes.
That's so funny.
Let's see, does House out of habit just go after Sheep Saucers 2, or is he...
Because what orbs does House still need to do?
House...
Do both the backtracks. So there's Alchemist, Earth Saber Bash, Free the Hippos,
That's
and
3.
Scarecrow Bugs.
Scarecrow Bugs 4.
Plus he needs the Secret Waterfall and the On the Tall Wall, and Smash the Rock.
He doesn't need to do Waterfall, just Rock on Tall Wall.
Sorry, you're right, Rock and Tall Wall. I just spoiled part of the second run.
No one tell them.
No one tell them.
I need to separate them on my screen so I don't keep looking over at Run 2 when I'm talking about run number 1.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're going to see House backtrack for these orbs, taking an interesting pathing. You're just going to damage abuse to get through the lava. So I was wondering if he was going to try to activate the speed gate just to use it, but I guess he's decided he doesn't really need to.
Nah, it definitely would be... It would take a lot of time to do that. Because you have to kill 14 enemies. If it was maybe like Magma Cone's power-up gate is only 2, so if it was maybe 2 enemies, maybe it'd be like good to do that, but 14 is too much. You have to go too far anyway. So what they're doing here, what House just did, is he activated the Alchemist, then he moved that one Earth Shaper out of the way, and then he left the area to deload that chunk of the level.
And it deloads the Earth Shapers, but the Alchemist path keeps going.
I was told this. I don't know if I'm right or not, but what I was told was that it actually deloads it all, and he just gets the Alchemist enters a state of being stuck, and the failsafe is that the game says if he's stuck, just get him to the end. I'm not sure if that's true or not.
While you guys were talking there,
That's what I meant.
Groxu went ahead and got the
Right, but he didn't he didn't hit the Earth Shaper out of the way. So and Groxu also activated the power up for some reason. I thought he got the Free to Fawn orb.
Has he done Free to Fawn?
He might not have.
I can't
remember. Hit them out of the way.
I know one of them did it. I don't know.
House did the Free to Fawn. Maybe he did not. So
yeah,
Groxu is...
He's just waiting and then gonna turn around.
He's waiting out the Alchemist.
Okay. Yeah, if you do come back too soon, the level will reload and the Alchemist will get hit by an Earth Shaper. Alright. So we just got to make sure Dr. House gets all of the orbs he is supposed to get. Because this will be orb, what, number 39 on his tally, but he's still 3 short.
Yeah.
So he's got to get the 2 in the Winter Tundra homeworld, and he's also got to get the Scarecrows.
Yeah, hopefully he's on top of that.
I think he is. I think he knows.
Yeah, I think so.
Because, like, especially because those orbs in the list, like the Smash the Rock and on the tall wall, are right at the top of Winter Tundra, so you kind of automatically look at them. Yeah. He's gonna say, "Oh, I didn't do those."
Yeah, I think at this point the one that's most likely for him to forget is Scarecrow bugs.
Yeah, probably.
Because it's the only one that you have to go into in Robotica, so there's not like a big chunk of Robotica in the list.
Yep.
So if I was going to put money on which one he might forget, that would be the one.
Alright, so Groxu picks up his backtracked orbs in Fracture. He's going to go to Shady Oasis to do the same thing. They're only free in the Hippos. They're not catching the Thieves, right?
Yeah.
So, unfortunately for all of our NLS fans, or for your 100% fans, you have to come back with Head Bash, and you have to do most of the level. Which means escorting Shorty again through most of the level, because you need to kill 18 of these enemies in order to activate the power-up to stand on the acid. And
one of the trouble with these here. He keeps bonking when he's trying to jump.
I think he's trying to catch them in midair to just save it. Which is, it's not really costing him anything, but you can Head Bash them while they're still falling, which I think is what he's trying to do.
He's also going for a strat called a fast Head Bash, where you do that by pressing square and triangle like pretty quickly, almost like in like one fluid motion. You go like square triangle. It skips the like animation of doing a full Head Bash. So he was going for that, but since you're charging for like a couple of frames, you can bonk.
Alright, so moment of truth, this house realized that he has orbs to collect still.
Yeah, so he got the rock, he's got that, and yeah, he's got
Alright.
So we're all good. We're all good.
We're all good. Had me concerned for much of the race that he was gonna go, forget an orb. So House should be okay. House is about to collect his last orb right now. That he needs. Groxu is still a couple behind, but once he gets this done, it's the last 2 orbs are fast.
Plus 3 are fast, right? Because it's the 2 in Winter Tundra.
2 in Winter Tundra plus this one right here. All you have to do is run to this part of the level and get these orbs. And this is the last orb in the run for Dr. House. Goal will leave you high. So Dr. House accidentally got 2 orbs that he did not get. We're not supposed to get, so that's why he needs 42.
Yeah, he needs to get a specific list of random 40 orbs that we produced just before the race. So he'd got 2 extras that he didn't need.
I will clarify that the orb list, it wasn't just like T-Bone, CDL, or myself, or whoever just like picking 40. It was like a script. I believe T-Bone made it, and Groxu helped kind of it a bit. Maybe.
Yeah, he helped me refine some of the formatting. But
so
I made it
actually just like a script that randomly will select it for us, so it's actually random. It's not just me being like, haha, let's give them both cowlicks or something.
No.
Yeah, it's a randomizer that spits out a list of 40.
Yeah.
So this is how it's going into Ripto now.
Yep. And he already has a lead on Groxu at least a minute. Just going into Ripto. Groxu's still got to finish Robotica. So, very interesting. House got 2 extra orbs, played an extra level, and he's going to finish well ahead of Groxu here in race number 1.
I think it kind of came down to just Groxu going for a lot of interesting skips and things like at the beginning of the run, and then kind of maybe second guessing himself on a couple decisions. I don't know if if it was just maybe you kind of forgot what orbs he needed and stuff.
So as we watch Dr. House finish up Ripto, please stick around. There is a second race. They will get a new set of orbs. We'll see some, obviously, repeat orbs because there's only 64 of them. But we will see some other orbs on the list that were not featured in this first race.
Oh,
wow, Groxu.
I've literally never seen that.
I've never seen that either, so making up a little bit of time by coming up with the
We're
fastest
gonna
strat.
see House get a transfer 1 cycle. I think he's gonna get it. Yeah, he's gonna get it.
1 cycle, second phase Ripto. That's gonna help out House tremendously.
He got 3
He tries
blue
to
orbs,
finish
and they
up.
were 3 of the best blue orbs he's ever gotten.
Yeah. Normally Hunter is like your enemy in this level, so. The last time I played the Ripto fight, Hunter exclusively dropped orbs right in front of Ripto.
House is also the, for reference, I believe House is the best in the world at phase 3. He has the fastest ever phase 3 time. I don't think this is it.
I think he's probably the best. Yeah, he didn't get it this time because I think Ripto's going to try to go around the tower. Oh, he did it. Yeah. That's time for Dr. House, 119.12. You can see the Groxu's already past that. So House is going to have a big lead going into race 2. We'll see how big a lead. Groxu, of course, is going to try to 1 cycle both phases. We'll see if we can get it or not. So congratulations to Dr. House, 119.12.
Yeah, unfortunately, Hunter kind of dropped that green orb pretty far away from Ripto, so Groxu had to wait for another red orb. He's gonna get it. Oh, he just slightly mistimed the last.
Oh flame. Man, it was close. It's tough. All right, Dr. House 119.12. We will bring Dr. House into our chat momentarily. He will not be on audio. Dr. House does not have a microphone.
Yeah, I think we're just gonna wait. I think the best thing to do is just wait for Groxu to finish up, and then we'll just give them list 2, and we'll get them back off again.
Yeah, give him.
We want to give him a break between,
go to the bathroom, clear their head,
that kind of thing. Yeah, but we'll see Groxu finish up soon.
Before we do that.
Groxu is gonna try to. Hopefully, Hunter will drop another blue orb. See, Groxu's waiting for a blue orb to try to get a 1 cycle, just like House did.
Yeah, so blue orbs are the only orbs on phase 2 that you can 1 cycle with. If he can get it, you can actually get 7 hits with green, but it's like slightly too long that you can't get an 8th hit.
I think that's what he got, right?
Yeah. And then for phase 1, you can only 1 cycle with a red orb. Blue maybe, but blue would be like exceptionally difficult, and I'm pretty sure you can't do it. And green is impossible.
Yeah.
They're already over 2 minutes. The lead for Dr. House going into the 3rd phase of Ripto.
Yeah, and Dr. House is joining us. We will have to relay his commentary because he won't be able to himself. But House, great run for you. How do you feel about it? Groxu is still running, so you do have a slight lead.
You got a pretty sizable lead, to be honest. It's going to be about 2.5, 3 minutes.
All right, Dr. House is fine. So one thing I wanted to ask you, House, is you ended up with 42 orbs. Did you just get those orbs by accident, or what had happened there? The 2 extra orbs you didn't need to get. Yeah, so Dr. House did confirm he did by accident get those extra 2 orbs. So Groxu should be joining us in just a moment.
Yeah.
Congratulations on the first run, Groxu. A little bit behind Dr. House.
I mean, given what I've done, it's actually. I would be surprised if he didn't finish.
Honestly, it was pretty close. At one point, you two were in the same spot right at the end of Autumn Plains.
Okay.
But then House chose a different route than you did and ended up pulling ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I turned off my brain, so.
Right.
So I wasn't thinking during this round. I was just doing stuff, I suppose.
So House said he didn't expect to win this one. So he does have. What's the final time here?
119.12 for House and 121.40 for Groxu. So 2 minutes 28 is the lead that House carries into run 2. Now we will let you guys take a quick break before we get back into it, but let's give you run number 2. And Logic, I don't know if you can throw up on the screen.
Yep. So we're giving them run number 2 right now. Run number 2 is very interesting, and we'll do that soon for them.
So,
but we'll give House and Groxu a chance to take a breather.
Yep.
Digest the new run list, and we'll probably be starting in 2 to 3 minutes, I say.
Yeah, sure.
A couple minutes. Fine. You just guys let us know when you're ready. So run number 2, we have Turtle Soup 1 and Turtle Soup 2 coming up.
Exciting.
Man to race 1, man to race 2.
Oh, they are backtracking again for the hippos.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
we have actually there are very few gems in Autumn Plains as I look at it. Very few.
The majority of your orbs are actually in Winter Tundra. You're doing all but 2 Winter Tundra orbs.
Yeah.
So
Autumn Plains, like, how many is that? 6 and 5, 11. 11 in Winter Tundra is very low.
Yeah, so you're gonna do Hockey 1 and Hockey 2 again. You're gonna have to backtrack for atop the ladder, and free the hippos again. No, thankfully, Earthshaper Bash.
we will do 1 Calyx, but not both Calyx.
Oh, cool.
Seahorse and Ocean Speedway.
You're doing 3 Speedways as well. So we're gonna see lots of Speedway action in Game 2 here. So we're gonna give everyone a quick break.
Yep.
To answer your question, Tina, I've played through like an hour of A Hero's Tale.
I've never touched it.
I enjoyed it, but it's just not. I don't want to finish, honestly. It's just not the game for me. I don't think it's a bad game per se, but it's just I'm not it's not the SRT or the original trilogy to me. But still go play your dude. I've seen runs of it, and runs of it are sick.
So we do have a lot of Winter Tundra. I think that's what's going to be interesting. Is you were saying, Randy, that Grox has been learning the 100% route, so that's going to pay off for him. I think going into to do pretty much all the Winter Tundra.
Yeah, having all those practice of a lot of orbs that you don't necessarily do all the time. Again, we have all 3 Mystic Marsh orbs. We have, I think, what's the only orb we don't have? We don't have the end.
Yeah, 61. So it's
61 and 63. So we don't have the end or the bugs in Robotica, and that's it. Otherwise, you're collecting every single orb in Winter Tundra.
Yep.
Yes, it's once again only 1 orb in Robotica Farms.
True.
Yeah.
And it's the worst because you can't fucking skip anything. You have to kill all the enemies on your way.
And we only have Sowing Seeds 1 also, which I believe is the Professor, not Juliet.
Yep.
So, gonna have to make sure that they get the right orb. All the orbs in Aquaria, not boxes. Oh, so since they're in the call, I won't say my interesting routing idea yet.
Wait for them.
Why don't you guys?
I'll wait for them to leave before that's how my mind goes, because it's I'm just oh, I see it. I'm ooh, I could do this right.
Yeah, how's Groxu? Why don't you guys jump over to the runner room and get yourselves ready?
We'll give you the countdown shortly. If you're both ready.
Okay. Good luck once again.
All right, Groxu's ready. We're just seeing if House is ready.
I'm gonna wait till they actually start.
Yeah.
It's not like a revolutionary thing, but this might be kind of neat.
Well, I think it's very interesting is you're just very little Autumn Plains we're gonna see compared to.
Yeah,
you're doing about 15 in Summer Forest and 15 in Winter Tundra.
There's orbs in each. Oh, there's no. Oh, this is gonna be sick actually. They have no orbs in Breeze.
They don't have any orbs in Breeze, but they still gotta go get the talisman.
No, I know. So you're gonna see at least Groxu probably go for the Breeze wall glide.
All right, House is getting ready right now. Groxu seems to be ready. We're gonna give them the countdown in just a moment. So everyone in chat, get ready for the second race. Get some hype going.
So 2-minute 28 is the gap that Groxu's gonna have to make up on House.
This one definitely feels like he's got a shot.
Definitely. The 2 minutes 28 is nothing.
Especially with a lot of these, kind of worse.
Yep. Alright, we just gave the runners the countdown. They should be starting. House has started. Groxu should be starting shortly. There it is.
All right, so my interesting routing idea is that they don't have boxes in Sunny Beach, so they can do this mine and can skip, but they'll do the Cam's version where they actually just go up to Turtle Soup instead of going to the Talisman Room. And I don't know if they know this, but you know there's a pipe that you normally jump on to get to Turtle Soup? Yeah. From that pipe, you can get to the Talisman Room. I don't know if they know about that though, because it never gets used. Only. Oh, excuse me, I'm dying.
The only place it gets used as part of the route is Bone Dance on console, because it's the only way to get in there.
Sorry, I was choking on my lunch.
And I would imagine we would probably use it on any percent in console too, but we don't have any percent really runners on console.
Grox is going for that big skip here again to go up on that pillar in the swimmer.
Oh, he just did not learn from the first race being down 2 minutes 28 seconds.
Yeah, but it's fun.
It is fun. Well, we had thought like if Groxu was behind, he might take what he knows to be better, easier strats. But I guess that's going to be not the case, at least going into this currently.
Again, this is just it's Groxu's.
I see he is switching out now.
Philosophy, I guess, with with these kind of randomized races is like maybe he doesn't take them as seriously as
Hey, still, Torch Shop is a pretty cool thing that he just did not too long ago.
He wants to show off a bunch of skips that aren't optimal that look really cool, because there's so much stuff in this game that we never do because it isn't good. I'd also like to say that House just DM'd me and he said grab loot is, meaning he didn't know which orb getting the loot is. It's it's the Metro Speedway orb, which I told him because I'm not gonna be like, no, figure it out, but
figure it out. And so At least in the race Discord, the runners did have access to the description of what the orbs would be.
Yeah.
But I know Groxu practiced this a lot and House hadn't.
Well, I think the thing is that Groxu has technically probably been practicing more, because even right now he's doing the 100% route because of he has to do lizards.
Yep.
Whereas House, I think, did maybe a slightly. House, I think, is doing maybe a slightly older version.
Yeah.
Because House hasn't ran 100 NLS in 10 months, maybe.
Rookie Gamer, you missed the Calyx race. That was last time. They were pretty side by side. They were pretty side by side in a very dramatic moment, with Groxu doing Calyx and House doing Bombo.
That was House's suggestion. If we have a dead heat on time, is we just do a best of 3 Calyx. I mean, I was going to say, we did say we'd do the tiebreaker skill point as style points, but we didn't give out any style points in that first race.
No, I mean, we didn't give out any style points. We'll have to give out some style points this race. We'll see.
And the thing with Groxu is he does a lot of really flashy stuff like that. If he'd got that jump on the pillar inside to do the lamps inside, if he'd got that first time, easy style point. Yeah. But watching him do it 5 times, no style
Not
point.
so much. No.
No style point.
You only get style points if you do some funny tricks and get it on first try.
As the least talented and experienced runner of the 3 of us, I am of course the
no, that's me.
All style points.
I am definitely the least talented of the 3 of us. Do not worry yourself. That's why I commentate.
I will not comment.
Randy's here to fill the role of expert. The rest of us are just enjoying the sound of our voice.
I'm literally only good at one category.
One more than the rest of us.
I work in education, so we have a saying: "It's those who do; those who don't teach."
Yeah. So who are Groxu's going for this jump just completely across the just kind of where the bridge should be. He's messed it up twice, which has been this jump is a bit tricky, because the thing that I found with doing it a bunch now, because I do it in 90% runs, is what we thought at the origin of it was that you need to focus on the wiggle. And what the wiggle does when you're in the air is it maintains a little bit of your height, which is true. It is good to maintain a little bit of height, but you have to really focus on coyote time jumps, which are Coyote time jumps exist in pretty much every game, and it's the idea of like Wile E. Coyote, where you're still standing even though you're not like on a ledge. So it's extending that jump, because we can pretty much be completely off the ledge and still get a jump, because that's how Toy Store Bot works. You see it in crash runs and like Crash 4, pretty much every crash game also.
So we've
and
seen
you also have to focus on hovering ability.
We've seen a routing difference here. Groxu went into Idle Springs, but House still went into Colossus. Now they did it last time because they needed Swim for Bud's Orb, but they don't need Swim this time. So interesting that House still went to Colossus. I know most runners prefer to go to Idle Springs first. I don't think it makes that much of a difference which level you do first, but that's just an interesting little side-by-side tidbit.
It makes a slight difference because they have to do Hunter's Tutorial. So basically, out of Idle Springs, there are two routes you can do. You can either... What you do in any percent is you go up and get to like a 25 gem, because you don't have to do the orb, but in 40 orb, you go left out of Idle Springs and get like 15 gems, and then when you leave Colossus, then you get the 25, and then you do Hunter's Tutorial.
Yep.
So, I think you might lose a little bit of gems going to Colossus first.
Oh, Groxu getting that boosted jump to get across the gap in Idle Springs.
Yeah, so that, doing the early trigger and that saves about 10 seconds, because if you don't do that jump that Groxu did, and what House presumably will do...
Accidentally exited the game instead of exiting the level.
Yeah. If you don't do that jump, you have to flame the guy, and then he takes 6 seconds to go up and break the door.
There we go. So Groxu making quick work of Idle Springs. There's no orbs in Idle Springs this time, it's just the talisman. So we are going to see that a couple times, just the way that... What?
It was a pretty good hockey one for House as well.
Yeah.
Some pretty good quick shots on that.
Let's see, it was a good read there. Let's see if we can get hockey real fast. Groxu's going to enter Colossus in. So Groxu appears to be ahead now because of Idle Springs being such a short level. But you're going to see them just do hockey and then leave. That's all they're here for. Well, and the talisman, of course.
Yeah. The thing that's nice about going to do hockey as well is there's a good amount of gems. There's like 50 or 60 gems.
Yep.
Right by it, so it's actually
there
not
was
too
a quick,
bad to,
nice quick puck, and then here's a bad puck, but House read it beautifully.
I will say that we haven't seen it yet, but there is a potential for on the first hockey. Oh, look at the skip Grox is doing. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
There is a potential for a puck in Hockey 1 to just automatically go in. Kind of happens where the puck just goes in and the goalie doesn't.
Yep.
He just
it
misses
happens sometimes.
If you get it, you're really lucky. If you get like 2, you're a god. Groxu just wanting to get this Colossus skip.
Having a little trouble on it. It looks like he's gonna go ahead and just go ahead and do it the conventional way. Ooh.
Uh-oh. That's unfortunate.
Groxu having a lot of trouble.
So this is actually, I think I timed it one day, and I'm pretty sure it's actually faster to just run through the temple if you miss this jump.
Yeah, it is absolutely. It only takes 20 seconds to run through the temple.
Yeah.
So especially if you're a newer runner and you're doing this game, like if you fail that jump, it's not a reset, it's just run through the temple. It's no big deal. You know, that's what I do as a not very good runner. Like backup strats are valid. Backup strats. There's really only a couple spots in the game where if you fail, the run's over. It's like Hurricos, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing with these kind of randomizer races and just races in general is, you know, it's not you grinding out attempts on your stream and your house. It's, I mean, obviously they're still in their houses, but it's not on your stream more. It's you having one shot. You have one attempt, and no matter what happens, that's the only attempt you have. Groxu getting really unlucky with that first puck. It just hit him, and Spyro didn't collect it.
Yeah, Spyro sometimes has a hard time collecting the pucks that go right through his body. Ooh, and this is the slowest drop you can get right here, where it just kind of goes across the goalie. It's also the easiest to read, because the goalie doesn't hit it in a random direction. As you'll see, this goalie might mock it. Yep, see, he knocked it in a different direction than what Groxu was trying to read. And it's part guess and it's part knowing like the speed of the puck as it goes across the goalie, because it goes across the goalie at different speeds. It's the kind of thing that you just learn. So you can see that one now is what he thought he was getting last time. You know, it's the kind of thing where you just play hockey over and over again to even begin to get an understanding of where the puck might go.
Rocks are getting really unlucky with this hockey one pucks.
Yeah, look how.
I think that was 3 or 4 that went like the full wing.
Oh,
and then he just goalie made a save. Oh.
Goalie made a save. So, like I said in the first run, you're optimal for hockey. Jeez, he's got to get over an ankle. You're optimal for hockey 1. You want to finish in about 35 seconds.
And this has been over a minute.
Yeah. So, major issue for Groxu here. Oh, but oh wow, nice save on House. Although I don't think he's gonna get. Nope. House was a little overzealous in trying to get across the factory.
You can make that. He just slightly messed up his hover. He hovered a bit too far back instead of going forward. But you see House what he does. He skipped like 40 gems because he was going for this fast cycle instead of waiting. Also, we just talked to the guy for no reason.
Maybe he's just trying to figure out. So, you know, in this level they have to do Factory Glide 2, which is the sword, but they don't have to do Factory Glide 1. This is the only order they have to do. Then they have to get the talisman, and that's it. So, and yep, House recognizes it. So this is like one of the confusing orbs, because normally if you're, you know, if you're a Nano-Less runner, you're 100% runner, you're getting that second orb first. And so you might think it's actually hockey. You might think it's actually Factory Glide 1. Just because you normally get it first. Alright, Groxu having a lot of trouble with hockey.
Yeah.
Finally finishes it. Man, that took him a long time.
Bit unfortunate. He's already behind House, and House is out of Aquaria. Hurricos. I don't know why I mix up those two.
And all he's doing in Sunny Beach is skipping to the end and going and doing some turtle soup.
So I think you should see them both do the same like turtle clip, and then they'll just take their swim up to the turtle soup area.
Actually, there's one thing to keep an eye on with House is he has to buy Aquaria Towers for 400 gems.
Yeah, but they have to do Ocean Speedway. So
oh, they have to do Ocean Speedway. You're right. This would be a lot more interesting if they didn't have to do Ocean Speedway.
That's why you see, like, you've seen House, right? Like,
just skip
he's
gems.
Been skipping a bunch of gems. Oh, House is not in a good spot.
Ooh.
So with that section, that out of bounds, there's an invisible wall that if you go past it, you can't actually get back. Or like you can get back, but it's really difficult to get kind of back to where you're actually like able to move. And that's what House did. He hit the wrong side and he got yeeted up.
Yeah, yeeted.
That's why this turtle
having a little bit. Having a little trouble. This. And I know these water boxes are not perfectly even in this part of the level, and you can see, and that's why he ended up, and he's gonna die again, because they're not even all the way down, and so you can like get down too far, and that's what happened to House twice. So opportunity here for Groxu to make up some time, because House has taken 3 deaths so far in this run. So he took 1 in Hurricos, and now he's taken 2 so far in Sunny Beach.
Yeah, this is definitely like 1.
That's not nothing.
What?
That's it's possible he like if he keeps doing this, then maybe game's over in a later level.
This is the thing, like you only have so many lives in these runs, and you're taking these risky strats.
All right, so and like, Groxu also correctly recognized that he doesn't need to get the other orbs in Hurricos. So looks like House is going to have to give up, and he's just going to have to do this the semi-conventional way.
Yeah, he's just gonna like the thing that sucks about this is. Now he has to get the turtle. I don't know if he knows that you can get into like the turtle soup area, or if he doesn't know about the way to get into the talisman. That's probably more what it is.
Yeah. Well, he might have just decided to give up on it because it wasn't working. He didn't want to take another death. Yeah. And just playing it safe because of it. So great opportunity here for Groxu to go ahead and catch up. We're going to see a lot of Turtle Soup over the next couple minutes because especially Turtle Soup is slow. House going for a style point, but unable to get it.
Yeah.
So if anyone has anything to vamp, we got like 2 minutes.
Yeah, if you want to push things, if you want to, we got several minutes of turtle soup here.
If anybody has any questions in chat,
Yeah.
this is the time to ask them.
It's AMA time.
So we're seeing Groxu have a little bit of trouble with this turtle, but
Yeah.
it just kind of sometimes his head kind of pushes him out a little bit, and then just pushes you out of the position you want.
Dylan, you are correct. I am the Sentinel of 40 Orb. I know everything about it.
You are also the king of the 40-orb randomizer. This is your category.
This is my creation. All right, Groxu able to do the skip that I think House was trying to do, but just wasn't able to. So lots of turtle soup time. What's the actual recipe for turtle soup? It is 13 turtles in a boiling pot of water.
Yeah, what?
Oh, isn't it? Well, surely it's only one, right?
Oh yeah, maybe.
Because if you let one in, it.
Yeah, the chef is trying to get all 13. So.
Is he?
Is he? Oh, maybe he's just trying to. He's like, I'll take whatever turtle. You know.
Because like
one turtle goes in, and he considers that he's won. So it's a single turtle in in what we assume is boiling water. But
well, no, there's not just boiling water in there. There's definitely some herbs de Provence because the chef is French. So there's definitely some herbs de Provence. Probably a little bit of chicken stock because that's kind of the French thing to do. You cook everything in chicken stock. A little bit of creme fraiche, maybe.
Are you just naming French things?
I am just naming French things.
Great.
And then finally some caviar to top it all off. So, finally House is done with turtle soup as he will go ahead into Aquaria Towers, and I think we're just doing the Manta Race in Aquaria. He's probably going to go into
we have all orbs in.
Yeah.
All the orbs
and Seahorse.
Well, we're going to see Ocean Speedway for the first time today.
We're gonna see horse rescue.
Horse. Groxu goes ahead and he is preventing some turtle soup here.
So this is why you saw House and Groxu skip a bunch of gems, because they're gonna get 400 from here. So it's fine to not collect as much because they will get. We have 3 speedways, so they're gonna get 1,200 gems. So that's already enough to buy Head Bash. Then they only need.
So we are testing their knowledge here at the speedways too.
How many gems would they only need if they don't have to buy Head Bash? 1,700.
Yep.
3, 4, 4. Yeah, 1,700. No.
Do they not need to buy
2,100?
I think they have.
Well, I'm saying because they are doing 3 speedways, they have enough that would essentially be buying Head Bash. They only need something around like 2,000 gems to actually collect because they're going to collect 1,200 here.
Alright, House having not a lot of trouble with Ocean Speedway. We'll see how he's going to race Hunter. You don't see me, but I put race in air quotes.
Yeah.
That's Queen Finny here, demands tribute. All hail Queen Finny.
I was gonna say she's one for the furries, but I don't know how they feel about scales.
Well, that's like scalies, right? Oh, we saw Groxu fail the speedway. He got hit by one of the boats, and then he was stuck in an animation the whole time.
Yeah, into the water. We'll see here. House will just take the lead from Hunter and hopefully never give it back.
So yeah, basically the shtick, or you can explain it, T-Bone.
Oh yeah, if you're unfamiliar with this orb, Hunter has a predetermined path where he takes you through these rings. And what we do, in the speed run is we try to get these rings out of order to save some of them. Now, if Hunter goes through a ring, it starts to turn green and shrink, so you only have a couple seconds. So the idea, at least casually, you're supposed to follow Hunter. He goes through a ring, and you're just supposed to follow him perfectly. Obviously, as speedrunners, we don't do stuff like that. So instead, we get a couple rings out of sequence, get ahead of Hunter, and then Hunter just kind of does his own thing and doesn't bother us. As you saw House so expertly do here.
Yeah, because the orb doesn't finish when like Hunter finishes, it finishes whenever you go through the 20th ring. So being able to get them out of order, because it doesn't matter where Hunter...
it only matters
like if the ring isn't there, the ring isn't there if you've gone through it.
It only matters insofar if Hunter goes through a ring, but once you get ahead of him, we hope he doesn't go through any more rings.
So I know I said that Groxu was learning the 100 route, so I know he didn't used to know how to do this fast. So we shall see kind of if he's learned it and maybe practiced it and remembers the route.
This is such a hard one for me, at least for me to remember, because there's just like no like landmarks you can really say for where the rings are. And that's I've learned this and forgotten this route so many times. I know to get this ring, and then that's about it.
It looks like he knows. Yeah, he's going ahead Hunter, so he knows. Or at least he most likely knows what order to get them in. Because you do have to get them in a specific order to where he won't like get them before you.
Yep. You got behind Hunter a little bit, so he has to either follow Hunter for a bit or get back ahead of Hunter. But thankfully, Hunter takes that nice, long little leisure to that 13th ring, so...
He did. Groxu did miss a ring, I think. Yeah. He was supposed to get that ring a little bit earlier than he did, but I think he recognized that he was behind.
Hunter.
So he made the decision to not. So Groxu is about... like...
about a minute behind him again.
No, he's a lot more behind. He's like about 2 minutes. Because the house was out at 17:44.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, about a minute 45, minute 40 something, 46, something like that.
All right, houses look good. If House can maintain, he will win the randomizer and take the title from Groxu. So that is what.
I'm pretty sure you saw House get a Quarry Tower skip. So
yeah, we're pretty focused on Groxu and seeing if he could do it. But Dr. House definitely did get a Quarry Tower skip. There's no reason not to. Or at least there's no reason not to try. Obviously, if something goes wrong, you fail it, you fail it. So, Groxu we've seen is pretty good at this trick. It was literally no effort for him last time.
He was having some trouble yesterday with it, though.
Yeah.
He kept getting an auto hover.
In run number 1, he did both of these jumps in the first try.
Yeah, he's got it. I think he was playing around with it a bit yesterday, so he I think recognized what he was doing wrong and what he needed to kind of change about his route.
So Groxu's going to go ahead. We have to get all 3 orbs, so they have to get the Manta Rays and then run around with the seahorses real quick. A little annoying. It's not a big deal. Obviously, just swimming around the level. It's not a difficult orb.
The most difficult part is managing your sparks here, because there's often if you mistime it, cycles are a little bit off, and you can take a decent amount of damage in these towers. So just making sure to actually have the sparks and not die from it.
Just making sure you're not getting lost and going to Tower 6 when you need to go to Tower 5.
Yeah.
We'll see here. Ooh, nice cycle for Dr. House on Tower 5. Didn't have to slow down at all.
Is my mic having any feedback or anything for you guys? My Discord is lighting up a bunch.
No, you're
sounds fine to me.
Okay. It's just lighting up a bunch, so I thought maybe I was it was catching my fan or something.
Good. Alright, Grox is going to grab some extra gems and then start the seahorses. Just as Dr. House finishes it.
So yeah, I was, like I said, about 2 minutes. It kind of up. Maybe Grox is going to get a bit of time back because he got Aquarius Towers first time, and he got the jump onto the invisible platform first time.
Yep. Alright. Sass going to go ahead and get one more fodder. He's going to go ahead into Crush. Get an opportunity game for him. Last time we saw him get 2 double hits on Crush, which saved a ton of time. if he can do that again, he can help expand his lead. He's still got, what, 2 minutes and 28-second lead as it is over the game one.
Yeah.
So for House, it's simply not making major mistakes.
Oh, that was a... House got, like, the double hit animation. He got the, like, flame animation that you want for double hit, but I don't think he got a double hit.
I don't think he got it on that time either.
He didn't get it on the second one for sure.
The second one he did not get.
But I don't know. We'll see after this hit. No, he definitely didn't get it because he let him walk. Because what you want is you want Crush to end up on a blue platform, so if you let him walk and then go back, he'll be on the blue platform now, which is the one you can get double hit on. We'll see if he gets it here. Yeah, absolutely got it.
Nice.
He's still gonna need one hit, I think. Oh, that was actually... It was kind of smart, but kind of silly. Because he took a damage there to end up on green sparks, because you want to be on green sparks leaving this level. For a 2-second time save in Crystal Glacier.
Oh, really? Is a time save for having green sparks?
Yes. It is, if you... For loadless, if you die in the goo, it is 2 seconds faster to die with 0 sparks, because if you have a sparks, the game will let you jump out of the goo for longer.
Oh,
you know,
okay.
in hopes that you can, like, survive. But if you have 0 sparks, the game is just like, yeah, you're dead. And then it's like, it doesn't play the whole animation of you going underwater. So we'll probably see House go for that, because they do have Draculets. House also getting fast dialogue there.
Yep. So we're not going to see a lot of Autumn Plains today in this run. You see Groxu, I think, came out of Crush a little bit faster. Looks like he did get double hits.
Groxu's going into Crush.
Oh, going into Crush, wow. For some reason, it was like Crush defeated. Like, what? That was my bad.
I think it's still around-ish 2 minutes.
Okay.
Depending on if he gets the double hit.
Groxu can get some double hits here. Yeah, he can claw back some time. I don't think he got it.
Yeah, House got the old dude, died quick.
Should be no problem for him. Unfortunately, we're not seeing George in this run either, so no George today. That made me very sad when I saw the list. But
see here, another attempt for double hits for Groxu. I don't believe he got it, so he should have maybe did get it. I'm not sure if he got one at the beginning. Yeah, he got it. He got one of them at least. I don't know what one of them was. Because the thing for me is I would know if I was listening to their sound, but I'm not.
Yep.
Because the sound cue is what tells it for me. Because you'll hear Crush actually take a hit.
Yep.
You can see it too, but if I don't see it, if I'm looking at House's screen, I'm not going to be able to see it. So let's keep track of where House is out of Glacier.
Yep, we'll get an opportunity to get a time check here.
That's
good. And then we're going to see a number of levels where they're not doing much in them, just because of the way that this 40 orb list. So if you're unsure of where the 40 orb list is, !orb list in the chat. You can see what we're doing for game 2 here. Only 11 orbs here in Autumn Plains.
Yeah, out of 40, like only having basically a quarter of it done in the homeworld that has the most levels is kind of interesting, because you see that they're good. I mean, as shown with the Summer Forest, they did a lot of orbs. They did 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 orbs in 6 levels, or like 6, 7 levels.
13. They didn't go back to the ladder yet.
Yeah, I meant they're like going to do.
Yeah, they're gonna do 14 there, and then I think it was like 16, 17 in the Winter Tundra.
Yeah.
So that's the house
again,
coming
only...
up here. Only has to do Lava Lizards 1. Last time House did do both Lava Lizards, just kind of like out of habit, so let's see if he remembers he doesn't have to do both this time. Doesn't have to do bone dance either, which is a shame.
Oh. But at least we're seeing, you can see the wall glide at the end of the level.
Yep.
So.
That's a cool thing. Unless Dr. House tries to do the snipe trick, which I don't see why he would unless he wants to show it off for some reason.
I doubt he goes for it because I doubt he knows the angle.
Yeah. Oh, Dr. House, see, he was like, he remembered. But you have to say no.
Yeah, he lost a little bit of time for that animation, right?
Yep.
Watching that guy get eaten. As satisfying as that might be.
Yep. I mean, it just happened because the egg hatched before he got off the platform. Not much you can do about that. Because the second egg challenge is the second orb challenge just kind of happens automatically because the guy goes, "Uh-oh, you have to save us again," and the game kind of assumes you're gonna go save them again. No, I guess no one at Toys for Bob ever thought that, oh, we wouldn't save him, do the second challenge.
Did anybody see one? I didn't see the times again. I would completely forgot.
Okay. I like to have a little bit of mystery and not do it after every level.
Well, more I didn't even do it after the level that I was going to do it.
Yeah. So in Breeze Harbor, I think all we have to do here, right, is just get the talisman.
So we're seeing how it's kind of go for more the old way of doing the talisman, where you get on the trolley track a bit early. I'm assuming that Groxu is going to go for the wall glide. If he doesn't, then I don't know. I'll yell at him when he streams tomorrow.
Yep.
Is this a style point opportunity?
I'd say so if he can get it.
Get it first time. It's decently consistent, but it looks really cool because essentially the issue that he's doing Lava Lizards 2, or is this Lava Lizards 1?
This is Lava Lizards 2. So I don't know if Groxu doesn't remember he doesn't have to do it, or if he's just doing it to do it. And he's having some trouble here too. Chance he might actually be late.
We didn't even have to do Lava Lizards 2.
Yeah.
I put it in his chat. So.
Oh, but no, he needs to kill the last guy because the last guy's gonna eat someone and it's gonna bring him back. Once you start, you have to finish it. So a bit of a mental mistake from Groxu there.
Scorch. Yeah, Scorch kind of an unlucky level for the orb that they got. If they got the other orb, it would have probably been better. With they got that you have to do
flags.
You have to do flags, which kind of sucks.
So we're seeing House try to do these skips he tried last time. It looks like he's gonna be a little more successful, at least on that one. He might skip this door again. Yep, he's gonna try to skip this door again. So opportunity here for Groxu, just a little bit.
Yeah, if Groxu gets this, if Groxu gets this wall glide first time, he saves 10 seconds over what has.
Dr. House just kind of went for it. All right.
Okay, let's see. Yep, looking good. He's got the height. So the thing with that wall glide is where you land on that wing is important because to a bit more to the right of where Groxu was is actually a huge invisible wall, because the Toys for Bob definitely saw like speedruns of OG where they just jump onto that wing.
Yeah.
They were like, we're gonna stop this, and then Groxu comes along, rubbing his hands together, being like, no, I get on this wing. Because that's like a pretty recent find, like maybe in the last like few weeks that got found.
So good bit of time save for Groxu there. House having a little bit of trouble here. You know.
I think he forgot how many enemies it was.
Yeah, I think it's 21, right? Or 20?
I think it's 20, because he went up with 16, so he probably just thought that it was 16. And
well, we did see that last time Dr. House tried forever to get over that door, and this time he only tried a couple times.
Yeah. But again, like, he could... The thing with, like, Bombo, or Bob, I guess, is that if something happens and, like, you get hit, like, you know, maybe you get hit 2 times and there's, like, 30 seconds.
Yep. You see,
you have to play pretty carefully.
So I think we'll probably see Groxu do the end of level skip he found.
Possibly.
Or at least part of it. I know he's got to kill all the enemies, but I would imagine he wants to show off at least part of it.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't think he's going to do the same thing that House did, because House kind of unnecessarily went through that area. Okay, so he's just going to do the conventional thing. Because there is enough enemies without going into the second area to activate the power-up. You just have to make sure you kill everyone.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta come over here and kill these guys. So I think he's gonna save a little bit of time over House, because House decided to take the long way through the level.
And messed up that jump a few times, and then had to watch the cutscene.
Yep.
Wait. What is...
Oh no, House is doing an orb he doesn't have to do.
Uh-oh.
This is a problem.
Well, you did tell Groxu, so I guess you got.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Right, we don't do barrels, right?
I don't think so.
Monkeys is not on the list.
Monkeys not on the list. Because it's called Barrel of Monkeys. It's not on the list. So Dr. House doing an orb again he doesn't have to do.
He hasn't seen my message.
Opportunity
He's
for
still
Groxu.
doing...
Opportunity for Groxu to get a little bit of time back.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not on there.
Nope. So opportunity for Groxu now, because House has made a huge mental mistake.
This is such a slow one as well.
And this is the second.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's the thing.
yeah, the last time that he got the 2 orbs, they were pretty decently fast orbs. Like Lava Lizards 2, not that bad, and then he collected one of like the end of level orbs in Winter Tundra. And this time he went into a slow orb instead of doing Bombo, so Groxu actually might just take the lead because of that.
Yeah, like their Groxu is, or I think House is on the 3rd Bombo, and Groxu is going to be on the 2nd.
No,
But that
House
definitely was a.
Oh, I think.
Is he on the 2nd or on the 3rd? I don't know. We'll see.
They're both on the second.
Oh,
Oh, ooh.
almost took a double hit there.
Almost.
I think he got hit there at the end.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're both on 2.
So Groxu just made up a ton of time simply because House went and got an extra orb he didn't have to get, and that took him almost a minute. Like, Monkeys is not a very fast orb, it's a pretty slow one, so... Great opportunity here for Groxu to potentially...
Yeah, Groxu I think is... Groxu's like something like 5 seconds behind now.
Yeah. We'll see coming out of this level, because I think they're both in the same spot in their run still.
Yeah, they both have the same orb.
So between the faster Breeze Harbor and then House's mistake.
Oh,
and House
that was
takes the
really
hit.
unlucky.
I think Groxu just took the lead.
Yeah.
Yeah, but remember the lead is not enough. He needs to get 2 minutes 28 seconds back.
Groxu going for this jump once, just for the fans.
Just for the fans. Which actually allowed House to get back in front of him.
Well,
like a little bit.
Groxu is ahead loadless by
Yeah.
about like 10 now, maybe.
Yeah, on
Well, we'll
screen,
see, but-
on screen House is just ever so slightly ahead, but they're pretty much level
Ooh.
on screen. But yes, as you
Yeah.
say, Groxu is a little bit behind on loadless. A little bit, yeah. Behind,
A little bit
behind in time, ahead in the
Yeah.
race sense.
There you go, 35-12. I think Groxu has come even with House. There it is, 1 second lead
Yeah.
for Groxu. Taking the lead over House's mistake.
Yep, 1.7 seconds is currently the lead for Groxu. And as you say, that is all on House deciding to do Barrel of Monkeys for some reason. But that's part of the challenge of this. And, you know, when we did tell these guys when we thought they were doing orbs they weren't supposed to do, but maybe we shouldn't. Maybe that's just part of the challenge, is they have to remember or keep track of the list.
Yeah, that's just part of the challenge. You have to keep track of the list, keep track of your gems, keep track of like any sort of backtracking you have to do. So with superior movement, we can see Groxu potentially take a lead, depending on how they do this. They don't have to come back.
I sent House a message that said, "Don't do barrels," and then he obviously had finished it. And then during the like loading screen, he just sent a question mark, and then I put, "You didn't need to do the monkey barrels minigame," and then he just sent like the emote where it's just like somebody looking like really stupid.
So get your orb list. Groxu has a slight lead, a 1 second lead, although he still has a 2 minute and 27 deficit in game one to make up.
Still behind.
So an opportunity. We have seen House make a lot of mistakes, just in terms of like orb collection.
Yeah, I mean, if it was a race for who could collect the most orbs, House would be winning.
Yeah, House has now collected 3 orbs he hasn't had to collect.
So House, or not House, they only have the 1 orb. Only have 3 that's on.
Logic, the orb list does not show race 2, I don't think. Or at least Nightbot says race 1 on it.
Yeah, we haven't updated the command, so that's fine.
We'll get the command updated for you, Night Shift.
Until we do, let me go ahead and drop it in manually. I'm a good guy like that.
Yep.
So Groxu getting the... Oh! That was slick as hell. Holy. I don't know if you guys saw what Groxu did.
Yeah.
He... Instead of... Normally what you would do is take the supercharge and break the door and just get the orb. But what he did was he broke the door and then kept the supercharge and just went and got the talisman with it. So all he has to do is just run back and get the orb. He doesn't have to break the door down. Again, rather. So about a 10-second lead now.
I'm totally intrigued by what the difference in color palette and textures there.
Very much so. Alright, we were able to change up the 2 race lists, so sorry about that. If you check the orbs list now, list number 2, you'll see they are almost done with Autumn Plains, because there's only 11 orbs they have to get. Looks like all they have left is Long Glide, the Party Crashers, and then the stuff, of course, in Shady and Zephyr. And that's really it. And a little bit of Metro.
But it's also funny that House is ahead RTA because House's computer is a beast.
Oh yeah. So we'll probably see House take the lead on screen again because his load times are just non-existent. I think House is going to go for Climbless here.
But he's at least going to do the first part of Climbless. He might not do it all, but...
Or at least what would be Climbless. Whereas Groxu is going up. Is Crystal Popcorn on this? Or is he just doing the conventional strat?
He's doing a different strat here. Where he does this wall glide to skip. So you're going to see him do a wall glide here, and then get up here, and then he's going to fly to... Because there's an invisible wall, but you can ride this wall up pretty high, and then you just fly over to the power gate.
Oh, I've never seen that.
It's a really cool trick.
Anyway. That's a really cool trick. I've never seen that. Groxu must have discovered that pretty recently then.
I want to say it was within the last week.
So, opportunity here just by simply of having a faster strat. Oh, we missed the rock. So.
Yeah, unfortunate, but at least you can back it up by just getting the other guy.
Yeah. Not a huge deal. He'll go ahead and take that guy to sequence. So a big worry about Groxu is make sure he doesn't run out of the flight power up before he doesn't need it anymore. You can see he is ahead of Dr. House now. Quite a bit on screen again, just thanks to that skip he did. It's real nice. And just a very, very smooth party hats for Groxu. He's gonna.
The thing also is that House got the talisman, I believe.
Yeah. But even so, Groxu's just gonna fly over, grab the talisman, and that's that. So extending his lead a little bit. still got over 2 minutes to finish up, but he did extend his lead to 15 seconds.
Yeah. So entering Shady, they have to do both orbs here, but what you're gonna probably see is Groxu and House both do the
Talisman.
No, they'll probably do both because while you're here, you might as well just do Thieves first, or Thieves during it, because there's also a faster route that involves activating the Thieves early, where you'll see Groxu probably drive the rocket up, or at least he'll attempt to. I don't know if House will do it. I don't know if House knows how to do it, or is...
Rocket Raid is absolutely sick. I really hope we get it.
I'm sure Groxu will go for it, but...
I think he will. He's probably going to get Shady through this gate, and then go ahead and get the rocket done. Yep.
Yeah.
So, he's gonna
the trick with this rocket is that you have to jump on it like right as it starts shaking, otherwise it'll just fall off.
There he goes. We Fortnite now.
So this actually, that trick, it's gonna sound weird. It saves 20 seconds if you get it, and it loses 6 if you miss it. I don't know why it only loses 6 seconds. It feels like it should lose more, but it only loses 6 seconds. But yeah, so with getting that skip, what it does is it activates those thieves early. So Groxu's gonna go get the thieves while Shorty's walking to her talisman spot, which is what helps save the time. Because normally you'd just be standing there twiddling your thumbs.
This thief's gonna be over here, in this area.
Yep.
So he's just gonna have to like beat the thief to the spot, which I think.
Yeah, you can make the thief run left. Or whatever, or either way.
Yeah, you just kind of juke the thief to run into you.
You can make it run left. So then after this, he's gonna shoot this tree, and then he's just gonna go get the other thieves. He missed the tree. He didn't angle it up enough. But you see now, while Shorty's walking, you can go do other things, which is optimal time.
Yep. So you can get these 3 thieves. It'll teleport him back to the platform where Shorty is. What a great time save this is going to be for him.
Like you can see, he's gonna finish like the thieves minigame while House is like just getting the first thief.
Yep, the opportunity to grab some gems. And now he's going to walk over to Shorty, who's already there. So, what a great opportunity for Groxu to save a lot of time there. And so this is the magic number, 228 to beat. And Groxu is probably going to be almost 30 up at this point. By the time House finishes his last thief here.
Yeah, probably close if not more.
Yeah, about 30 seconds. No, and more than 30 seconds because House is going to grab some extra gems.
Yeah, like 30, 34, 35 seconds ahead.
Yeah, just over
Again,
30.
just imagine if he didn't spend like an extra minute or two in
right?
Glimmer.
Yeah, if Groxu just did Glimmer, he would have been so far ahead.
So he just has 3 orbs left in Autumn Plains. Yeah, 3 orbs after the long glide.
4, yeah, then 2 orbs in Zephyr, and then Metro as well.
Yeah.
So we'll see a Metro appearance. They might do Metro first. Not entirely sure what they'll end up doing.
It's probably better to do Zephyr first, because then you're... No, what are you doing?
Looks like Rock's gonna do
why
Metro
are you doing this jump? That's wrong. He should have just went and talked to, Alora, because the thing why we do that jump in any percent to get onto to the wall is we don't have orbs. And I think it's something like you need 3 or 5 orbs or something.
Yeah, it's something
to open up to open up a whirlwind to get up to Metro.
Grox is going to do Metro first, and House is going to do Zephyr.
Oh,
and then House is leaving Zephyr.
Oh, you know what he's going to do? House is going to guidebook to Zephyr. I think.
Huh. Okay.
Maybe. Bit of a weird idea, but
maybe House is just like kind of like changing his mind on what he wanted to do here. You know what?
Brooks having a bit of trouble with the speedway.
House is right, because if he finishes Zephyr and goes back into Autumn, he'll do Warp Sculpt, because that's his last talisman. So you need to do Metro first.
Yeah.
So that was actually a smart bit of indecision
Oh.
by House.
I think Groxu got the pause and then the unpause. So a time you're looking for here, which House will most likely get, is something around the you want to try to get around like a 46 to 48. You get some people like Cam who are really good in runs and can get like 45s. I typically end up getting around like 46s to 47s. That's kind of where I am. Groxu got a 59 because he messed up and missed a couple things. But yeah, I think House got like a 46.7. 47.7. I was off by a second. Damn. Yeah, it used to be. We used to be a lot worse at this fight like 5 months ago, and then all of us got like really good at it for some reason.
Repetition. Alright, getting the bags. This is a bit of a jank orb. Sometimes the bags will hit the water before they actually hit the water. There's really not much you can do about it. Like right that bag physically. That Groxu
A bit of an auto scroll here.
Bit of an auto scroll, but sometimes the bags are out of position. I have seen people fail for no reason. Specifically the 9th bag and this bag especially.
Yeah.
That Groxu has. So we'll see if House has any trouble with it. If House has any trouble with any of the bags, it's going to be huge for Groxu.
So I was definitely bringing back a little bit of time, I think.
Yeah, he definitely had a better Metro Speedway. So
this? Can he do this?
what did he just do?
Okay. So
Oh, he just
I
got
said, can he do this specifically because of you can soft lock on the speedways by after you get the orb, you have to let it go back to like you flying before you can quit. But I wasn't sure if it would let you guidebook out. It did, fortunately for.
So now we just gotta make sure they get the right Sowing Seeds orb.
Sowing Seeds 1 and then Calyx 1.
Alright, so Sowing Seeds 1 is the professor. So
Also, interesting routing change that House is going to get the talisman, and Groxu didn't get the talisman.
Yeah, Groxu decided to get the 2 Far Calyx on the Sowing Seed side. So we'll see if the House makes the same choice. Because the Calyx by the power-up are obviously closer, but these Calyx are by the Sowing Seeds orb.
Yeah, I think getting these 2 Calyx are better, because the issue with the other ones is you have the fire power-up, and it's like kind of annoying to make them like go off those like kind of platforms, whereas these ones.
Yep, and looks like House is gonna make the same choice.
Groxu charged right onto that one by accident and just sent him immediately further away.
Oof. That's tough, because Groxu was like...
no.
Oh,
no! He put him on the pedestal.
He's gonna have to go with the fire power-up, maybe.
Yeah, he has to. There's no way he can get there that quick.
Oh no, Groxu!
That's that's.
And it looks like he's gonna use the professor's thing to go get the Calyx. Ooh. I'm not sure that's the right thing to do at this stage.
I mean, it might be.
Also, I think the right thing to do would be go get Calyx by the power-up. And just abandon these Calyx.
I don't know if he can make this jump.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, he can.
What a nightmare. What
Yeah,
a nightmare.
That was literally just like all the spaghetti came out of his pocket and just
Oh my gosh.
was all over himself.
That's Groxu's lead just evaporated, just like that, by some jank Calyx. You're gonna see Groxu's gonna be very mad when we reconvene after this race.
It was literally just like the two most like unlucky charges that he could get was that.
Yeah. You can see DrHouse is now ahead again.
And he has the talisman, maybe.
Yep.
I agree with House's choice to get the talisman first. Also, I think it's better.
Yeah.
Because
I think Groxu would have been fine had he not got stuck, but unfortunate. And when you're already down 2 minutes 28 seconds, like you can't have something like that happen to you.
Oh, he's gonna go get the talisman now.
So that might just be the turning point here.
Well, that's the thing, is that kind of erases House doing the barrel monkeys.
You can see House is going for these Calyx. Is House getting the second Californ?
Did he already get number 1?
Or did he lose a Calic and he had to go get an extra one?
Maybe he lost the Calic? No, I think.
Oh yeah, he is still at go forward, so he must have lost a Calic somewhere that he had to go get one of the power-up ones, so there's 4 in the pen. Okay, so he must have lost a Calic while we were watching Groxu. But still, that's a huge time swing here on Zephyr. This House is going to retake the lead. That is just amazing. Because now House is about to enter in Gulp, and you know, House is very strong. Oh, he's going to go backtrack for the ladder orb first. The House is very strong on the boss levels. And we saw it with the Ripto fight last time, and even both his Crush and his Gulp fights were really good. He got 2 triples in the Gulp fight last time.
Yeah.
So, oof. The bane of Groxu's existence, Calyx.
Yeah, they kind of suck.
They do. Oh, and this Calyx now getting stuck a little bit too. Oof. Oh, so unlucky for Groxu there. Groxu guidebooked back to Ocean Speedway.
Ocean Speedway. I actually,
instead of Hercos.
It's probably even, but I like the Ocean Speedway idea a bit better.
Oh, Hercos Portal's definitely closer than Ocean Speedway.
Well, yeah, but the thing is, you have to watch the intro cutscene for Hercos, and then there's the animation while it's going, like the adventure continues. Alright, how's getting this first double barrel?
He tried for a triple, but he got a double. I don't know if you can triple the barrels. He seemed to like think about it.
I mean,
the barrel that he like jumped up to hit, but
you could, but you would have to get
against it.
2. Oh no, you can't. You'd have to somehow get 2 egg drops right at the same time. Because like the thing with like the rockets is that you can shoot and then pick one up.
Alright, so he's gonna try for a triple here.
And he got it.
He's got it. So that's gonna be huge for him. See if Groxu can get any time back by having a good Gulp fight.
Yeah, he basically needs to have a really good Gulp fight to kind of save this.
And he's certainly capable. We've seen some great Gulp fights out of Groxu in the past. Alright, so he's going to try to get double up on the barrels. And he is going to get the double barrel. Nice. So skip the bombs entirely. The bombs suck. DrHouse manufacturing a double out of nothing. He just had faith that would pop into a rocket.
Groxu unfortunately getting not the best drop because I think he got kind of had to wait for a single egg. Oh, he missed.
Oh, he missed.
He's just gonna take a double.
For a double here.
That was a bit unfortunate. He kind of got, I think he kind of got a bit like twisted around. Was he gonna get? That's got triple.
House waiting for a triple. Yes, and House is gonna get a triple. He had a bunch of bombs dropped, but once he got the rocket, things looked up. Very nice for House.
25.
So now here it comes, the Winter Tundra Gauntlet. They're getting all but 2 orbs in Winter Tundra.
All right, Groxu getting a double barrel.
Double barrel's good. It's gonna look for 2 more doubles to finish it off.
Or triple and 1.
Yeah, we'll see.
Oh, House making the decision to go do Canyon right away.
Interesting decision,
Which
but I think
that's actually the best decision because you have to pay 100 gems for it, but then you get 400, so then
he still needs 1,000 for head bash, so this is a good decision for him. So I guess House probably planned it all along.
Yeah, probably.
First.
Oh, House dying.
Ooh.
I got an auto hover and then couldn't really recover it. Oh no. Uh-oh. That's probably bad. I think Groxu isn't gonna be able to complete.
But did he just softball?
He got the thing where the... Okay, now they're bringing him eggs. They weren't bringing him eggs for a bit. Some of them aren't.
And they're like, he hit a bomb and the bomb didn't actually damage Gulp. I was worried. Okay, now he's taking damage again, so really weird moment.
Yeah, but they're not bringing him. They're not bringing him eggs.
They're not bringing him eggs again.
So I think
he's gonna have to take another point. Oh no, there's some paradoxes coming. Oh, they're not bringing eggs.
No, one did.
Eggs. That's a chicken though. Oh, it's a rocket. Ooh. Gulp getting a little janked for Groxu. Not what he needs at the stage of the game.
Yeah, that probably seals it.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a 4-minute swing coming. No. Like House, maybe like if House plays really bad, Groxu could like maybe bring this one particular race back. But there's no way he does it and then also brings back 2.5 more minutes.
So is Groxu going to make the same choice to go down the canyon? No, he's going to go to Mystic Marsh. So we're going to see lots of Mystic Marsh here, but also lots of the other levels too. Dr. House kind of does his auto-scroller thing. Dr. House could waste a ton of time by missing a balloon, because this auto-scroll is a pretty long auto-scroller. So as long as I can do something like that.
It is interesting though to see Groxu go to March first, because I think if I was Groxu and I went to March first, I would then go to Cloud Temples, and then I would do.
Well, we did see in the runners in the past kind of just do Canyon last, not even consider that Canyon gives you 400 gems in your route.
The thing is, like at this point, like Groxu's at a point where he's gonna just collect like gems along the way of like doing things just from nature of collecting them. Doesn't really need like all those gems, but
between
House I feel like definitely played a bit more to the gem collection of speedways.
Definitely.
So if I was Groxu, I would go do Cloud Temples after, then I would warp back to
well, we even saw it last time the randomizer. Like, you just do Canyon after you get the waterfall orb because it just seems natural. Because you get the waterfall orb and you drop down the canyon. Oh no! But Dr. House seemed to like really plan this out and realize, wait, there's gems in Canyon too. Why don't I use those gems? Something that we haven't seen before in randomizer. So it is in the terms of our randomizer, a bit revolutionary to make that decision. Because it's unique to Randomiser. Like, you would never do it in NLS, and you would never do it 100%.
Yeah.
But honestly, I think it was a stroke of genius on House's part to go ahead and include Canyon in their gem routing, in his gem routing.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense. Save the 400 gems, then you just run in the last few levels.
Yeah, if you got your Canyon, why not? And now all House has to do at this point is just run to the just run to things. He doesn't have to worry about gems at all. Doesn't have to deviate even one moment. Oh, but he seems to have lost one of the thieves.
It went behind him.
I don't think he realized. There it is. House having a little trouble with the thief, I guess. You know, you're trying to get the thief to like.
Oh, Groxu very nearly took another death there.
Yeah, Groxu's got to be careful. We're gonna see. I think Groxu is just a better Mystic Marsh than House does.
I mean, Groxu already took a death. Or did
Yeah,
you say
Groxu's
that
in
he
the
did?
same spot already as where House is.
Yeah, but House also did Canyon.
I know. I mean, I just mean that Groxu is a better Mystic Marsh than House does in terms of like the routing, the level itself.
Oh.
That's what I mean. Not so much that Groxu is caught up on the screen. It's just he's done more of Professor Pencil and done more of the Spark Plugs already. Despite House getting to the level first.
No, you're saying the opposite of what you mean. Groxu didn't do Canyon. House
I
did
know
Canyon.
Groxu knew the Canyon, but House still entered Mystic before Groxu did. Because Groxu was still on Gulp when
Oh,
House was doing Canyon.
I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Sorry. I got mixed up with your...
Yeah, I mean, I was...
With your...
the
I was
one
just
is
like really confused. I was like...
Yeah.
But,
No, he's not
I was
ahead and
like, but-
forward. He's just ahead in this particular level.
yeah, I was just like, what? I was like, buh.
Yeah. It's because House seemed to like confused as to where he was going. And having trouble with thieves. So lots of Mystic March today because they had to get all 3 orbs last time too. Or all 3 orbs. So we're gonna see Groxu try to do this nice little thief skip again.
Nice, I think
He gets it, very nice. As you're gonna see, House is still chasing the last thief. All
They
Groxu's
already
gonna,
got rid of the pencil, so...
yeah, all Groxu's gonna do is run down, grab the pencil, and finish it off. We even saw House last time have trouble catching this last thief. So we'll see if he has a little bit better luck this time.
Yeah, this thief is definitely the hardest of the thieves.
Yeah. But alright, didn't have as much trouble this time.
It's kind of painful to watch him chase it round and round.
Oh, he chased it about 3 or 4 times last game. So, he's gonna come out of Mystic Marsh just a few seconds after Groxu with a level in hand. Thank you, Fester and Wave, for stopping by for the race. Alright, so we are going into here. They have to do, I think, all the orbs in here, right?
Yep. Every orb in every level except for Robotica, where they only have to do the tractor path.
Yep. So, gonna see Agent Zero make an appearance in this game. I know a lot of people like Agent Zero.
I miss the OG voice of Agent Zero.
Yeah, I know.
So maybe do my impression again.
Go for it.
I'm a secret agent.
Hey!
They made him sound like a normal human, and I don't approve.
I don't approve either. Especially since his hideout kind of sucks. I liked it better when he sucked too. Ooh, I was having a little trouble with the enemies here. Oh, okay. I've never seen that. Groxu's doing right now. Interesting. Very interesting. I've never seen that.
Did you do a wall play?
No, he just skipped this part of the level here. Although he didn't collect the orb, I guess you have to kill this thief too. The orb.
No, he's just gonna jump back into the thing, I think. He's just gonna jump back into the mountain if he didn't collect the end of level orb.
Yeah. He hasn't collected the end of level orb yet, but he did go to that area and kill the last enemy. So, in my experience, I thought it auto-collected once you kill the last enemy, but there must be another trigger of some sort. Yeah, Fester, we are doing this pretty regularly. We have been doing it on Cameron Vengeance's channel. This week we decided to do on Logic's channel. I think we'll eventually get our own channel.
Yeah, possibly, I think.
Alright, Agent Zero time, so he's gonna... Okay. I didn't know that was a thing you could do. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's the backup if you get teleported too quickly by Agent Zero, is you just...
I never knew that. I've had that happen in my last run too. I got teleported too quickly.
You just jump back into the mountain, and it'll...
Always learn new things. So I guess House is just collecting gems for the heck of it. So you actually need to. He kept the ice power up into Agent Zero's little hunt. Getting Agent Zero. Good on Groxu. It looks like he is going to guide back to Winter Tundra. Do the head bash thing. Yeah, both. Oh, yeah. We'll see DrHouse6 here. Probably do the same. Yep. After a little bit of trouble with the guidebook. Right, so lots of stuff in Metropolis as well. We're gonna see the invasion get stopped. We're gonna see the Ox. I'm very excited. We didn't see the Ox at all in the last 40 orb randomizer, but we will see the Ox fight. Groxu is about to get to it right now. I love an Ox fight. I don't know about the rest of you.
Ox fight is pretty good.
Love the Ox fight.
I think you see a lot of people struggle with it for some reason.
The Ox has a pattern, but you can also accidentally break his pattern. Like sometimes you can get him like to throw the bomb to the wrong side. I'm not sure what causes that. Maybe if you're like in the wrong spot, it triggers the Ox to throw the bomb somewhere else. Did DrHouse6 not do the Ox?
I don't think so. I think he just ran past it.
Ooh, interesting. Could this be Groxu's chance to come back if DrHouse6 forgets the Ox?
It's very possible. I'm just gonna call him out. I know Dylan struggles with the Ox. I'll make love if you feel even better. It's been a bit that I always make fun of Dylan for being bad at the Ox. Because I think the Ox is...
I'm really interested to see what House is going to do. Is he just going to forget the Ox? Like, that would be a huge, huge mistake.
There's, like, the possibility that he...
Is he going to try to carry the Super Flame into the Ox fight?
The thing is that you can't. You lose the Super Flame power-up when you get to that kind of platform where, like, the guy is. But you can get one shot.
I think House forgot the Ox.
Did he leave?
He just left the level.
Yeah. I'm gonna...
Oh, no.
So,
Groxu,
do we tell him?
like...
I'm telling him.
We've been telling them.
Okay. We tell him.
I've been telling people when they mess up. I don't know.
Oh, no.
Because, like, at least, like, the mistake is still there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, no.
There was actually...
This is an opportunity now for Groxu to just win the race, just outright. All House had to do was be mistake-free, and oof.
Speaking of Dylan, there was a day where Dylan did a 40 orb race, or it was when we were doing the NMS relay, and like a while ago, like a year ago or something, and I was commentating MBS, and then I went in to do Spyro 3, and Dylan was still in Spyro 2. And I come in, he's like, Brandy, what orbs did I miss? And he just had no idea what orb he missed.
Oh no, how?
Well, Groxu just tried to buy Canyon, and I don't think he had gems.
Enough gems. So he's going back to do Shady now. Yeah, House did not do the Ox fight, which is one of the required orbs, so he's gonna have to go back and do it.
He knows now. I told him.
Has he seen it?
Yeah, he put thank you.
Okay. Good.
Yeah, so that's an opportunity now for Groxu to maybe just win the race outright. So the drama in this race is so palpable here. We've seen them go back and forth.
Like, Groxu's supposed to do
he's supposed to do Canyon. Is that a 4-minute mistake? That's the question. I don't think it's that much, but it might be enough for Groxu to win at least race 2.
It's a decent mistake, because you have to, like, I guess the Ox is, like, pretty early in Metropolis, but
yeah,
it's still, like, enough of a mistake that it's, like...
It is definitely going to cost
It'll lose, like, a sizable portion.
Yeah.
And maybe he has, like, not a great Ripto or something again. Maybe gets all green orbs on phase 1 or something.
Maybe
if for some reason House is waiting for Shorty and he doesn't have to anymore. So
maybe if he gets Groxu's Ripto from the first one.
Yeah, I mean, he's got to go back to the Ox, Dad Ripto. Like, there's a chance here for Groxu to at least win this race outright. Maybe not overall.
You know, if Groxu only loses on time, he wins the second race. I smell a rematch.
Let's see.
If this was the World Wrestling Federation, the champion could invoke his rematch clause.
We will see.
Money in the bank.
This suddenly got very interesting.
And trust me, as long as I'm in somewhat in charge of organizing these races, they are the World Wrestling Federation.
So or Dr. House is now going back to get the orb you missed. Interesting. Groxu is... Yeah, he's short on gems. He needs, what, 200 for Canyon? 300?
It's... 100.
Is it 100?
Yeah, I thought that's what we said earlier.
I thought it was 100. I don't think it's more than that. Maybe it is 200.
I think it is 200.
Seems like a lot.
It's a lot.
You only get a net gain of 200?
Yeah, it must be 200.
Oh, that is...
It is 200.
We talked about it. He got perfectly on 200 with the gems at the portal.
Yep.
That's pretty sick.
That's a style point. I'm giving it.
All right, style point. I think Grox is now ahead in style points.
Well, it's only 1-1.
Oh, really? I thought we gave Grox another one earlier.
No, we said we would give him one if he got the thing first time, but he didn't.
He got the one in Breeze the first time.
Okay, we'll give him a style point for that then.
Yeah, we give him a style point for that one.
Okay, 2-1.
2-1.
So again, the real victory is
The real.
Yeah. That's what Grox is going for anyway.
So House just has to do a couple more things. Got that orb. He still has to go get the tracked orb, so even though he has 40, he needs 41 because he got an extra orb earlier.
Groxu's struggling with these birds.
Yeah, these birds can kind of suck.
Ooh. Grox having some trouble.
They're just always in weird spots.
So Dr. House needs to kill, I think, 15 enemies, and then get the tractor path, and hope the tractor is in jank. Sometimes the tractor path is jank and, like, eats your jump. And also, sometimes these enemies fire, like, a quick animation, sometimes they don't. Looks like he is safe there. And we're going to see Groxu do a little bit of auto-scroll time.
Pew-pews in the chat.
Pew-pews! Pew-pew-pew-pew-pew!
If this was a
Playing
Hypnoshock
with
stream, we'd be getting bits for every pew.
Yeah.
Pew.
Bits to Logic's channel with a pew. 1 bit for every pew.
Pew-pew-pew-pew-pew-pew! Alright, let's see. As long as House's jumps don't get eaten. But even with that Ox mistake, the Cowlicks just really cost Groxu.
Oh.
Well, and it was the unfortunate jankiness of Gulp. Like, that probably honestly lost him like a minute. Just because he had to take single hits for the last 3 hits, and then they weren't bringing him anything.
At least it was for that and not... Because it would be a shame if Groxu literally lost because he was trying to show off in Glimmer. But at least we can blame the game and not the runner. I don't know if that's a consolation or not. I like to blame the game when I suck at speedrunning, so it makes me feel better personally. Alright, and as we predicted, the second race is going to be shorter than the first, as Dr. House is in at 113.
Yeah. Well, they had less, like...
Yeah.
Didn't have Calyx too, which adds a decent amount.
Yeah, so Groxu's going to have to go and get the tractor. And we'll see House can have a good Ripto. You know this is like House's specialty is the boss fights. See, look at House. He wants to try to leave the red orb so he can collect it last, but then Hunter was nice enough to drop another one. Let's see. Oh, no, he's not going to get a 1 cycle this time.
Unfortunate. Missed a couple shots.
Yeah, unfortunate, but he'll get the second one here. No problem. We'll have an opportunity for the 1 cycle Ripto, part 2.
Yeah,
Hunter's
definitely
being
gotten like really good drops there.
Yeah, Hunter's been
Like,
uncharacteristically helpful.
Even though he had to 2 cycle that was...
Well, that was
really
his fault. That
fast.
was Hunter's fault.
No, I'm saying that because he didn't have to 2 cycle it, he still got really fast drops.
Let's see. I don't know if House is going to get the 1 cycle. It looked like the blue orb was a little too far away. Oh, and he got it anyway.
You have a bit of time to like mess up the 1 cycle. You can mess up essentially. If it's far away, you can mess up 0 times. But if it's like close, you can mess up with once.
Grox to come in and get the tractor back. We're going to see Dr. House in just a moment hit game time and take the victory here in the 40 orb randomizer.
Unless he dies.
Unless he dies.
It's not over yet. He could die. He could pull out the
Ripto
power
could dive into the
cable.
lava and never come back. You're right. I am putting the eggs in too soon. But here it comes. The last hit. That is time. 1:15:28 for Dr. House. Dr. House is your new 40 orb randomizer champion of the world.
Yeah, it was really solid.
Yeah,
the
I mean,
new heavyweight.
The Forgotten Orb, that was a pretty clean couple of runs from House.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
But we can see Groxu.
We'll have probably House join us in the chat in a moment. We'll have to relay House's commentary because House, is unable to speak with us via voice. But GG to House, the new 40 orb world heavyweight champion. 40 orb randomizer
champion.
Need to get my belt.
We need to make a title belt.
Yeah, we're gonna just mail it.
I mean, make an image or something.
NFT.
Someone draw. Oh, an NFT of the title belt. Yeah.
I'll make him a Discord role. How about that?
All right.
That sounds.
World champion. Discord role.
You're gonna see Groxu go for this blue orb on phase 1. Kind of nuts. It kind of sucks. Like you can get. I think the most I've gotten. I'm a bit like.
You can one cycle with the blue orb, but it's pretty hard.
I'm good with the blue orb on phase 1 because I run any %, where you have supercharge for the first phase. So like I've become quite good with it. So I have gotten like 6 or 7 hits before. I've never been able to one cycle because I don't really do runs of actually fighting Ripto that often. Oh, that's a good blue orb if you can wait it out. Yeah. If Hunter threw another orb quicker, he could have gotten that, and that would have been prime for one cycle.
So now we just need Hunter to cooperate for Groxu.
Yeah, might as well wait. Go for some swag.
So House should be joining us in just a moment. He is kind of just taking a moment for himself. And House is with us. House, congratulations. You are the new World Heavyweight 40 Orb Randomizer Champion.
GG's House.
GG's House.
Groxu unfortunately having to recycle phase 2 because he was just a bit far away on that last red orb.
Yeah, House saying that, pointing out that there were a lot of mistakes. House, talk us through what happened with, the big one is the missing of the Ox in Metropolis and then having to double back. I don't know, tell us how you were feeling at that point.
Yeah, so House let us know, he thought he made a lot of mistakes. Yeah, fine, I guess. So there was a point where Groxu was ahead of you, but he had so much jank with the Cowlicks and Gulp that he lost his lead on you.
It could have been worse. Yeah, it could have been worse, definitely.
Yeah,
I think when you watch this back, you'll feel a little bit sorry for Groxu watching his Gulp and his Cowlicks because one of his Cowlicks ended up on the platform that you have to go to for the seeds, so you had to go up and get it, and it was a whole thing.
All right, and Groxu should be getting the last hit right here. GG Groxu, 118.
GG Groxu.
Yeah, really unfortunate for Groxu House. Calyx went essentially out of bounds. And there was a point where he was not only ahead of you, but we were thinking, man, he could claw back a couple of minutes and make it a race. But it was all erased in that point.